Okay. Perfect. We're looking for me. Open up that.
Turn on my hardware separation.
Start crafting shit.
Belong. D&D Beyond.
The fuck are the orders in these cameras? Oh, it was weird. At the bottom, it was all fucked up. Ben, reset your camera. It's not fucking picking you up. Let me see. I need website. I need table. I need that. Perfect. Okay. That's funny. See collections, my campaigns, view campaign. Perfect.
That's Twitch. Lord of Law.
Oh god, his kid's yelling.
Oh shit.
Apparently he played with him for like 4
shit.
hours today at a like trampoline park, and the effort of making him fall unconscious when he got home. And that apparently didn't go as well as he planned it would.
Instead, his kid dislocated his knee.
No, he dislocated his knee.
Oh yeah. Oh, his kid dislocated Ben's knee.
No, it was just Ben jumping because he's dyslexic and awkward.
It's just funnier if his kid did it.
No, but that will happen at some point. His kid's just gonna get mad
absolutely.
and fucking sidekick him right in the damn kneecap, and it's just gonna pop out of socket. He's just gonna go crippled. That's it.
He knows his weakness. He knows it.
I mean, we all do, you know.
I mean, that's fair. The world does at this point.
All right. Let's see. Are we all ready? Are we here? Are we doing things?
Yeah, we're just missing Cass, but he's gonna be late.
He said he'd be late. Yeah, Hobo's not coming.
Yep, and Hobo is being a hobo.
Like maybe more than, I don't know, 30 minutes of notice would be cool. 30 minutes is fine. I feel like 30 minutes is a good number. As long as you're not coming.
Yeah. It's the 5 minutes before is the issue.
Yeah. Where the fuck is this? Okay. All right. Well, he's doing his thing. It's fine. Whatever. Hello all. Welcome to our Dungeons and Dragons stream. Although eventually it's going to be the tabletop stream. Because I have problems with corporate people sending hired guns to people's houses.
As we all should.
You know, it's to each their own. You know what I mean? If you like it, fucking go for it, bro. That's your call. But I don't like it. And I built a game, so here we are. I am scrolling. Here we go. We fancy ourselves Crew of LikelyAMimic. That's our handle on most, if not all, socials. There's a scroller up at the top, has all of them. You can go follow them. We'd appreciate it. If you're curious about past sessions are on YouTube. Just go to youtube.com, type in LikelyAMimic in the search bar. First one pops up. There's only one, and there's like 54 regular sessions. I think two one-shots, and then there's a couple session zeros from way back in February of last year. Yeah. All of it's important, though, because all of it leads to a conclusion. And I hope the breadcrumbs I've left along the way still surprise you. Anyways, we play tabletop game It was D&D at one point, and it still is now, but it will not be for long. I have to do. I don't know. I have to get with you guys outside of fucking game time to fucking explain everything. But we're fairly new at streaming it. I mean, we've been doing it for a little over a year now, so some things are in practice, some things are a little out of practice. Some things are just technical difficulties that I can't avoid. But if you notice anything, please let me know. I'll do my best to fix it. And that out of the way, collectively, we thank you for your viewership, your patience, and your time. It means the world to us. So you want to all be fucking nerds and sit around and yell at each other and make believe. So a little bit happened last session, and Ben's not aware of it, and Ben's not here. And I need him to get here before we do that recap. So we'll do quick little character intros. Nick, since Ben's not here, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I play Pep, Fairy Death Cleric.
Adam?
2 foot tall. That's it, pretty much. I made the symbol for our group. I wear a cape now.
Yeah.
You wear a cape now with the symbol on it.
Yep.
Don't tell the symbol that's the symbol though, because she's not gonna like that. Adam,
That's fair. That's fair.
be like, I'm not on your cloak. What are you talking?
What are you talking about? No. I am Adam, Sunlight Warden on most socials. I play Augustus. As far as everything goes, he is the mage that disappeared, and now has reappeared after committing war crimes.
Session 11.
Yeah, circa session 11, he disappeared into a mirror, and went to go teach children how to murder people. Did not go well for him, as most things don't, and now he's back.
Point of order here, because we had Cass talk about how centaurs sleep. How the fuck do you wear a cape with wings?
It flutters. It's constantly.
I'm not asking you,
flicking.
damn it. I'm asking the one who
That's
has
fair.
it.
My wings come out of the back of my cape.
So you cut holes in the cape for the wings to go through.
Nah, they're magic wings. Why can't they just appear on the other side of the cape?
So the wings are on the cape.
Sure. They go through it.
So
like a
now
ghost.
I really just imagine you flying like this with your cape pointed straight backwards and the wings flapping off of the cape. Like it's at a 90-degree angle from you and the wings are just flapping off. Now, so I get what you're saying. That they're ethereal, but at the same time, if they're ethereal, how do they go through something physical and then push against something physical, that being air? So
The magic made cape.
Sure. It wasn't though.
I mean, it
and it's
is.
not.
It was made from magic.
Are you saying because you made it, it's magical?
No. He cast a spell to make a cape out of a sail. So
Oh, he doesn't make the cape magical.
I know.
It's the
You know.
act
I
of
know.
casting the spell.
I just say.
I get what you say. That's fine. I'm trying to kill enough time for
Oh my
Ben to get
God.
back, so it was just enough. Hang on, he'll get there.
Eventually.
Y'all tucked in, buddy? Y'all tucked in?
Ready to go night night?
What?
Would you like to tell us about your character, Ben?
Oh, yeah. It's been a little long.
You gotta talk into your microphone.
What the dude? It's right here.
It's picking you
yell-
up. It wasn't before.
You yell
There you
about
go.
me, it being too close all the time. My name is Ben, and or Lord Longballs on all socials. I'm playing Vincent Moontracker, Ian August, which is Ian currently, I believe. I don't know what's been going on in the last 3 sessions.
I think 3, yeah.
Is it 3 sessions? Yeah, 3 sessions. But yeah, I'm just a human rogue doing rogue things.
You're now Iron Stonefist.
Ian Stonefist.
Of the Hydra Slayers.
Yeah,
Quark?
I'm excited to hear about that story.
Lee, would you like to tell us a little bit about Quark?
Yeah, Oric is a wood elf rogue, assassin type, and I mean, yeah, he's pretty straightforward, or not straightforward. Straightforwardly not straightforward.
It depends on how you look at it. It really does.
Hey, look crooked.
That one got you, Nick. That was it for you.
What? Nick can't right now.
Is Nick drunk? Is Nick drunk again?
No, he's not.
Damn,
Surprisingly.
even
Um,
better.
Okay,
Uh,
I'm good.
Cass will be here in a minute. Cass is playing Omen, the elderly wizard of the group. But lastly, I'm JJ, Sword Lockhawk on Discord, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, all the things. I don't know. You're here. I'm a Dungeon Daddy. You're probably heard me say this for the new folks. It's my living story, though I'm not a god. I like to think about. Fuck, no, that's not right. I'm still lost. This is
I
my
like to
living
think of
story,
your
though I'm
fuck.
not a god. That's not my style. I play one when they need me to. I like to think of myself as a bard of old. I actively speak this world into existence. And you, the viewers, are my listeners, and these guys are the stars of the show. They're my players. They're my characters. Unlike a book, my characters are alive. They do good. They do evil. They love. They lie. They lose. They fight. They kill. They survive. They answer. They adventure. They grow and they learn. Answer. Where the fuck did I get that from?
Slaughter towns.
They slaughter towns. But that goes with the second part. It'll make sense. It'll make sense. Sam is not the only one looking for you. Shit. Where was I? I did the whole list. They do good. They do evil. They love. They lie. Lose. They fight. They kill. They survive. They eventually grow and they learn. Most importantly, they think. They feel. And they make their own decisions. And that's as living gets. Now, listen. This is the important part, Ben. My whole job is to teach them, reward them, challenge them, and sometimes I will break them, all to see them develop. And inevitably to see where the story finds a conclusion. Because in all honesty, I have zero fucking idea where we're going. I don't know. I make this shit up as I go along. I think that covers everything. Sounds right. If
about
not, Hobo can yell at me about it later. Whatever. It's completed. There you go. What else do we got? I think that's it. Old sessions or past sessions are on YouTube.
There we go.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think I said that already, though. I don't know. Anyways, so
All like being
a couple of things have happened over the last 3 sessions. Important things that need to be mentioned. One, you did make it out of that town. I believe it was on Horse is on Horse is what
On
we,
Horse.
Yeah, on Horse
Yeah,
is what
on
we decided
Horse.
to call it. I don't know the fucking name of it.
Yeah. Built on
Um,
horse. Yeah.
Yeah, it's built on Horse. All right. So you did leave on Horse, but not until after you came into contact with one of the desert's most deadly things. A sand hydra.
Yeah.
Which Hobo essentially killed by herself in one swing, like one turn. I think Cass did 35 or something damage to it, but she did like 140 in one turn.
Yeah. She did damage,
yeah.
and then Pep
She-
did damage.
She had like three crits. Oh, that's no. He did he? I thought he fell
Yes.
asleep. He tried to cast and he fell
No,
asleep.
I
That was at
think
the
I-
end. He hit it before. He hit it
Okay,
first,
so you
and
hit
then-
it before. Okay, and anyway, who hit it doesn't matter. She fucking killed it. She did an absurd amount of damage. And a little bit after the rain had subsided quite a bit, like the flooding had subsided quite a bit. You guys got on a boat. You crafted some what leftover boats together. Augustus put them back together, and you sailed down the river. Pep introduced himself as Pep finally when somebody asked. And that's Nick's new character. And what the hell happened after that? You sailed down the river. You got out of
You
the river. You went into the
unleashed the
Umber
sail.
Marsh. Yeah, he made. That's what I was gonna say. Pep made your group logo currently, which I think he put in players only, but I think he deleted. And then he made a second.
No.
He deleted the.
He
funny
deleted the
ones.
original, right?
Yep, I
Okay.
deleted the thing that I made that night.
That's right. So he made one that night and then showed it to us later. And honestly, both of them were pretty great. Now, so your group has a logo. Hydra Slayers is the name you've taken. And you went to, you sailed further down the river Lapidrar into the Umber Marsh. You abandoned the boats. Korik burned the boats. At night, you enter the Umber Marsh and you slept on a hill. somebody. Did everybody wake up? I don't remember if everybody woke up. I think somebody woke up and then they woke somebody else up and they were like, ah, fuck it, it's not important.
Yeah. Yeah.
I woke up.
I
Um,
think we all woke up like near the end.
Yeah, they got woken up and then we're like, fucking go sleep.
I think
And then we realized when we woke up is when we realized what happened.
I think the only one that didn't wake up at the beginning was Augustus.
Yeah, at the
Maybe.
beginning he
Anyway,
didn't wake up.
the hill that you were standing on was moving, or sleeping on.
Yep.
Was moving. It was like lurching itself forward. Every few seconds, it would jump forward like 5 feet, and it would just keep moving. And you come to find out the next day as you cross this somebody hung a lantern in the tree. I think Pep flew up there and hung it in the tree. You crossed further into the marsh, and it was about a 2 days walk through the marsh. You found another hill and slept on it, and it didn't move. And then you went to the next day while moving. You made it into Glorondar, which was your original goal of getting to before the symbol had sent you to Augustus. You got to the Tower of Glorondar, and then you went inside. You scaled it up to like the 3rd floor, and you did find out that the hills are moving. Now, your whole goal when you left Velprintalar was to find out why the land is moving. That's vaguely what he said. I'm paraphrasing probably because I had some fucking phrase that sounded cool before, but I
The
can't remember
marsh
now
is
'cause
on
it's
the
been-
move.
That sounds right. Yeah, something about the marsh is on the move. And you needed to figure out why. Silver went up to it and like ran to one in the dark and figured out what it was that's moving the hills. Didn't tell anybody else.
Nope. I was there, man. I was watching.
Yeah, but if you're flying like high behind her, I don't
He
think.
did.
you-
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
Pep saw
I
it.
wouldn't have seen.
Yeah,
it.
you would have seen it lift up, but I don't think you would have seen what was under it.
Tarasques.
What?
It sounds like Tarasques.
No, Tarasques are the size of mountains.
Yeah, they're much bigger.
So are mimics. If
Yeah.
you want to be bothered by that,
The moon is a
technically-
mimic.
technically the whole planet could be one.
Bro,
Yeah.
that's a hell of a fucking death story.
There's no moonlight because the moon's a mimic and died.
Someone fought the moon.
Someone
That's
fought
the
moon
scarier
and
part.
won.
Yeah,
mean,
somebody
listen,
fought the moon and won.
The entirety of your characters' lives, the moon has been lit. The moon has had a trail of chunks of moon behind it that are called the Tears of Selune, and the moon is called Selune. Which is, it's not necessarily that the goddess is the moon; it's that she's shedding her light on humanity, so the moon got the name. It's confusing, but there's a whole lore reason why the moon is named after the goddess.
Yes.
The mimic moon got very upset.
Because it was
And
mimicking
lashed out.
Selune. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
so
because Selune overshadowed his presence as the moon.
I'm the true mimic here.
now he
So
is
he-
for sure 100% overshadowed. Because it's out. Get it? In Glorondar, in the keep, you made your way into the Tower of Glorondar, which is just a singular tower that's attached to a wall that runs all the way to the mountains. The wall is called the Watch Wall. You didn't see any light or obvious population along the Watch Wall. Nobody really looked, so nobody really knows for sure, but nobody saw anything. Glorondar, the tower is kind of dilapidated, like there's holes blown into the side of it, like it was attacked at one point. Some pieces are just like naturally crumbling. It's all overgrown with ivy. It's a large, like blackened stone spire, and it's like hundreds of feet tall. It towers above the woods that are hundreds of feet tall behind it, or behind it. So as you approach the edge of the Yearwood, you enter the Tower of Glorondar, and once you climb up to I think you said the 3rd floor.
Yeah, the 3rd floor.
So it's not actually floors, but it's like 30 feet of stairs, a landing, 30 feet of stairs, landing, 30 feet of stairs, landing, 30 feet of stairs, landing, and it spirals up, and there's a set going the opposite way as well. So that they go up together but never touch, kind of double helixy looking staircase. goes all the way to the top of the tower. You guys went up to the third landing, and like the lowest person was on the third landing. In the middle of the night, these two creatures kind of invaded your space. A whole fucking fight scene goes down, and 4 of you are turned to stone.
All of us besides Omen and
4, right?
Silver.
So yeah, Hobo and Cass are the only 2 that aren't still. 4 of you turned to stone because you couldn't do con save to save your life.
yeah,
That
we're
is our
petrified.
that is our weakness. Indeed, con saves.
Yeah, and the 2 people that aren't stone aren't here right now.
I know, which is great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hobo has a little bit of a stare down with one of the creatures gets killed.
Yep.
The one that
Because
moves.
Hobo jumps down, does her fucking slow fall because she's a monk. And what the hell is it? One of them jumps down into the water and goes to swim away because again it's flooding again. It's a marsh. It happens. And she basically fucking Hulk when the Hulk punches the fucking giant worm thing in the sky that in Avengers, and he's like, I'm always angry, and fucking punches the thing and just crumbles. So basically what she did. She just knocked the shit out of it and it died. And then the second one comes out and kind of like stood over its body, growled at her a little bit, and then bolted away. I think that's all that happened. So 4 of you turned to stone.
Yeah, when she came
It's
back, it was
literally
her
the
and
4 of you
Omen.
that are here.
Yeah.
And as she comes back, she sees that Omen is alive, and the rest of you are statues, effectively. And she's going to attempt to do. I have to check her fucking thing. Quick.
Medicine.
Some medicine thing.
Yeah, she has a medicine thing she's gonna try and do to uncure you or like unstone you. Could somebody do me a favor and roll a check that has +0 to it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, does anybody have
Go
a
ahead,
+9?
Nick.
Does anybody have +9?
I do.
I do.
Okay,
yeah.
give me a +9
Yeah,
roll,
go ahead.
please. That's it.
That did
14.
14.
No,
Okay.
that was the first one. That was
Okay.
a +0.
Oh, +0. Okay.
17 is the one with the
17.
+9.
Okay. So with a 17, she takes a little time, examines you guys, and then figures out that obviously you've been petrified. You've been turned to stone. And she needs to go into the woods to find some herbs. She's going to attempt to make some kind of
Remedy.
a remedy. I was thinking of it's not a fucking poultice, but there's like another thing that like witchy people make. I can't think of
Salve.
it. Yeah,
Ocean.
that's fine. Like a salve.
Salve.
I didn't say bitchy people. I said witchy people.
I mean, they're also kind of bitchy.
Some of them.
Usually goes hand in hand.
There's a little pretentiousness with the magic. Yeah, so she's gonna attempt to make some sort of salve to kind of cover you in and release the stone. So with +9 on a medicine check, she's going to need to run back into the woods, and she runs downstairs. And she gives Omen like these small commands, like just make sure everybody doesn't fall. If you have to, lay them down so they can't. And as she bolts off into the woods, about an hour passes. In that hour, Pep comes to and begins to the stone begins to crack off of his skin, and his wings begin to flutter, and he lifts from the ground again. And as the hour concludes, and he is finally entirely free of the stone, because it does take a little bit of time for it to crack and break loose. She does return with those items, and she sets up a small. She's gonna fucking the pangolin. What the hell's his name?
Gisborne.
Gisborne, thank you. I knew it was a G. I just couldn't think what the fuck it was. She's gonna take the pangolin and have him superheat these ingredients inside of him. And then obviously, like, how else is he gonna get him out? He's got to puke him back out, or like
You gotta puke them out, yeah.
right.
So
he eats
his little
them.
shell opens and then he throws it out.
Right, and then he just goes bleh, and he pops the little shit on the ground, and she kind of scoops it up into a bowl and begins to like rub it on everybody else. It fucking reeks, by the way. If you want to do one of your spells, you're more than welcome to.
I would need time to prepare it. I don't have it prepared.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So you would have to have a rest. So give me the three of you that are still stone. Give me a d20 roll, please. Just a flat d20 roll.
Your roll 14.
Okay.
17.
Okay. Lee.
It's being slow. 8.
Okay, you're good. Hey, okay. The salve does work on Vincent and on Augustus. And then she kind of runs across your face. She hits like the wider spots of your body. And you guys begin to get control back, and you can pop the rocks a little bit by flexing your cheek muscles or whatnot. And the rock cracks, and eventually it does separate from your face, and it separates from your arms, and you can begin to free yourself. So the two of you are free, but Korik does not come unstoned.
That sleep paralysis demon was a nightmare. All right. Well, we're back up. Looks like
She's-
we still need to get Quark.
She's gonna say something like, "At least this time it wasn't all of your faults," because it sounds like something Hobo would say.
100%. Yep.
That's fair. Actually, she'd still probably blame him for it. Giving her a little too much credit there.
She's pretty stern, but only stern when you guys do something, and she's like, "Hey, I don't think this is a good idea," and somebody's like, "Yeah, I fire.
Yeah, that's fair.
I burned down that village. That boat's done. Fuck that guy. Could have just been a merchant trying to get home to his family. Fuck that guy."
Okay, yeah. Yep. All right. Well. How long is Cork still gonna be out? Do we know?
She's gonna tell you she has no idea.
Okay.
The salve should have worked. She doesn't know.
Can I roll to see if I know another method of trying to break?
What you want to roll? You want to do intelligence?
Yeah, well,
Okay.
I think maybe like a. Yeah, probably. Yeah, intelligence probably.
You can
works.
try and roll a medicine check too if you know something. Maybe there's a Feywild remedy you know. It's your call, whichever one you want.
Fucking 10.
It works in the Feywild only.
Yeah. You know of a flower, that's from the place that you're from, which is different from this place. That if you take the flower and you boil it in a water, and you kind of take the tea and you dump the tea on something, it will unpetrify.
What?
Similar
I
to
love them.
what she made, but you haven't seen it in the flower since you've been here. A lot of sand though.
A lot of sand. Alright. I don't tell anyone this because there's no fucking way we're going to the Feywild.
Oh
Probably
no!
fair assessment.
Hey, yo, bro, do you know how to get to the Feywild?
You know how to get the Feywild from here, man?
You are going back to see the symbol.
Who?
The head of the country that you're currently in.
Well,
She's a figurehead currently. She has no power.
figurehead.
Yeah.
And an annexed leader, if you will.
Exiled
still-
within her own country, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just a fucking slap to the face, isn't it?
What if we
I know.
use the basilisk? Was it a basilisk?
No.
It was a lizard bitch. Well, we need to.
She's gonna suggest that you all finish your rests. And she'll stay up for the rest of the night and ensure everybody's safe.
Yeah,
I agree.
I'll do that and prepare fucking greater restoration.
That's fine.
Yeah, I will protect the statue a little bit.
Are you still boycotting sleep?
He
I
died.
mean, I died.
Oh, he did.
He died.
Yeah, I died. Like literally died. I got brought back to life. Thanks to our friend over here.
I want to
Yep,
be a
yep,
I want to be a bard who revives people by teabagging them. Like that's just it.
Your musical instrument is your ball sack.
That's just
It's,
it.
it's like that toy that you clack together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You make noise with it with your ball sack, so you can cast.
I want to use,
we
I want to
take a
use Bigby's hand to
long-
tickle his ball.
Wait, did we take a long rest, right?
Bigby's hand is like 5 feet across. Yes, you get a long rest.
All right. So once I wake up, I'm gonna try to cast a spell. I let people know you might want to, take a step back because I know
Are we back
magic's
to
been
spells
fucked.
being fucky?
It
I
doesn't
am.
There's a
concern
Yours
you.
in there, that's right.
It doesn't concern you, non-magic man.
It does,
Stay,
'cause my sword. It does concern my sword.
stay in your lane, non-magic man.
I don't think magic items fucking matter, right?
Yeah, stay in your
the
lane,
not
magic
as
man.
fucky, my sword does some more. So
Look, you're both fucky wucky in your own lanes.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try
Um,
greater restoration.
All right, Bob, hit me with it. D100.
Yeah, I gotta see if it's on my list. There it is. Okay. Well, first I did tell people to move away if they
True.
move away a
Yeah.
bit.
hey, by the way, I'm fucking off.
Okay.
I'm gone.
No more takes backs. 24.
I think we've rolled that before. I can't remember.
You have not. Your
Yeah.
spell succeeds.
Cool.
You don't feel like there's any big change.
Those are the worst.
You don't feel an immediate effect. That's what I want to
I'm
say.
I'm gonna burp.
You burp.
Okay.
Are you trying to light fire with your mouth?
Yeah.
No. You burp.
Okay, so I cast greater restoration
Uh-huh.
on Korg. He's not going
Okay.
anymore.
Cork, the stone glimmers in a golden light and fades away from your body. Just kind of glistens in a sparkly pixie dust.
you now
Welcome
have
to
glitter all
hell,
over
You
you.
you now look like you spent last week in Vegas.
Yeah.
No glitter, bro.
It's glittery, bro. It's glittery. It's like fairy fire, but reverse.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, I wanted to be maggots.
So the stone turns to maggots. Or do you
Fuck
mean
yeah,
do you
dude.
mean maggots crawl through the stone and break it? Because that would be interesting.
Sure,
All right. So
because he's effectively dead.
yeah,
And then
the stone begins to crack in certain places, like maybe under the jawline and under the armpit and whatnot. And as the piece, like a sliver of it, will fall off, a little worm will crawl out and splat on the floor, and then one will fall over the edge of the stairs, and then another one will come out of where his eye should be. And a couple of minutes go by, and the stone cracks, and Cork just kind of busts loose and breaks loose, and a big like plop of these fucking rotten worms that consume dead flesh
See, a
fall
lot
to the ground in
closer
front
than
of
it
him.
needed to be.
That's why I did it. He said he wanted it. He said he wanted it.
Hey,
well,
he
technically,
flavored it.
yeah.
I'm gonna give it to him. He had put flavor in
Hey,
this.
I'm a death
Yeah.
cleric, man. I gotta keep my aesthetic. And also, the stone is pretty much dead flesh.
Kind of.
I mean, it's fair.
Stone worms. I don't know.
Technically, it's all the way through. Like his entire body was stone. He wasn't just encased in stone, but just for the
Yeah.
sake of breaking loose, he's encased in stone. It's not something that's often cured, and that was a pretty powerful spell. But very well
There's
done.
other ways to cure petrification.
Yeah, you just rub some shit on it.
Yeah.
By the way, you guys fucking reek. The ones that had the salve on you, disgusting smell.
Oh, I take a shower
Okay.
immediately.
Augustus smells how he looks. It's fine.
Or bath.
You smell worse. Yeah. You all stand on the third and fourth floor landings, roughly. Of the tower of what the fuck's it called again? Glorondar.
Something.
Glorondar. Yep. Tower
Yeah.
of something. That's right. Tower
Tower
of someplace.
Things.
Tower
Of a
one
place.
You all stand in the tower of the Glorondar. When you look up to the center of the building, there are 100 fucking floors to go.
Wait a minute, I don't smell. Haha.
Would you just cast prestidigitation on yourself?
No, because you said I was breaking free
Yes.
before she
Oh,
got
yeah.
there. So
Yeah, no, you don't stink. They stink though.
fuck yeah. dude.
100% as a dissertation.
You just spritz some cologne on you.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You still smell like shit, but there's a tiny whiff of cologne.
Tiny bit of flour in the air.
Smell like
It's
cologne and
a little
shit.
bit it's a little bit of sweaty ass, a little bit of Axe body spray.
Yeah.
So worse. What are you talking about?
I didn't say it was
Smells
better.
like it just smells like a middle school locker room. That's all I gotta say.
I'm flying 500 feet away from you.
Just holding your mouth nose the entire time.
Eh,
Instead of
passed
instead of
out.
going like this, you're 100% doing it like this because how else is a fairy gonna hold their nose, right?
Yeah.
Well, I cover my mouth and nose with the food plug.
Fair. So question is, where do you go? You go up, you go down back in the woods. What do you do?
Well, we wanted to go up to view the area below.
True.
It was just late, so
Uh,
continue there.
Over the last 2 days, you guys have gathered that the stones, or specifically the hills, do not move at night. Or so do not move during the day when the sun is up.
Yeah.
They only move when the sun is down.
Yep. Yep. So
They're in the
So-
hills.
When you take your that phrase is actually where I got the idea for this. While you take the rest of your sleep, the sun rises and it is now the day. But you do have however many fucking floors to go.
yeah, that's what I figured. We have a lot of floors and potential fuckery on our way up.
Maybe not. You don't
Yep.
know.
Well, we're going to find out. So
So up you're going.
yep, I guess it's gonna start moving up.
Okay.
Yep.
So as you guys travel, you climb and you climb and you climb, and it seems relatively uneventful. There's no weird magical confusion around this tower. It appears to be purely a tower that one would climb and one would descend. Specifically for spotting what you would gather is spotting into the enemy lines, because the country of Aglarond and the country of Thay have been at war forever. Since the country was founded, like that's the whole principle of the symbol. Is she was the only sorceress powerful enough to hold back Zastam, the head of the wizards of head of the Red Wizards of Thay. He's like essentially the emperor of Thay.
I love that I just watched that movie and learned about
Yeah, different. Same guy, but different principle. They changed a little bit of the lore of the movie, and I really think they missed the actors. They fucked up with the actors. But yeah, you climb and you climb and you spend the next several hours doing so. So much to the point that all of you are winded and all of you are tired. Even Silver is exhausted climbing this fucking stairwell. Sand Puppy's not though. He's chilling, bro. He's having a good time. Just running
it.
upstairs.
We named him yet?
No one named him.
Yeah.
I fly to the top.
Okay, when you fly to the top, yeah, I mean you could just like burn up straight in the middle of the building. When you get to the top, the staircase is still open as it should be, but there is a roof inside, like a ceiling. So you'd have to go back to the stairs, and then once you come up the final set of stairs, the final few stairs, there is a large wooden door, a pretty heavy knocker on it.
Yeah, I sit on the knocker and wait for everyone else to
Okay.
get up there.
And you sit for hours.
I'm gonna make it seem like I was, like, oh, finally you got here.
You've been here the entire day.
Continue your quest.
Just reading a magical book, like an,
Oh,
an
yeah.
ethereal book that doesn't exist.
Yeah,
How do
dude.
you want-
Uh,
To cause your party to dirty look you in an instant.
Yeah, no, I'm
Um,
reading the newspaper.
The best part is he could literally grab you one at a time and fly you up to the top, but he's just choosing not to.
won't.
That's the best
He's
part.
just-
That's the best part.
I'm gonna yell down there. Hey, hurry up!
You
I
hear
imagine a couple
you
of
hear
those
way up
are
in the top. Hey, 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 as it echoes through the building.
Hey,
You just
hey,
find
hey,
his
hurry up,
exhausted
hurry
middle
up.
finger.
You do finally make it to the top after what seems like 8 hours of climbing.
I'm just chilling there. Hey,
Um,
what took you so long, guys?
I say we drown the small one.
You really
Joke's
don't
on
like
you,
him.
bitch. Joke's on you. I breathe.
We have another one that breathes in water. Anyways,
Nah, I'm joking.
oh,
only one,
Feywild.
only one way to find out.
But I'll drink all the water.
Find out, I guess.
Wonder,
Anyways, did you search anything while you're up there?
There's a knocker on this door that I'm sitting on. I hit it.
Yeah, so the knocker is like when you pick it up, it's got some serious fucking weight to it, but you let it go and it boom, and it kind of shakes the building when it lets go. The the material that this made of was quite dense. Like it took you a lot of force to lift it. Like feet against the door, pushing it up. It finally got it to go. When you release it, it's a loud and it kind of echoes through the building. You'll hear down the tunnel, the tube of the building. And about 30 seconds go by with no noise. And then you hear the sound of shuffling. And you
Fly
hear
behind everyone.
you hear as all the doors are all the locks are being unlocked. And then the door slides open about this much, and you see a fucking bloodshot, withered, wrinkled up eye socket kind of peek through. Hello?
There's somebody that actually lives here?
Of course, it's my house.
Good morrow.
Why are you here? Why are you in my house?
It's your house?
Well, no one else was here, and it's mine now.
I mean,
I like the way you think, man. I like that.
You can't have it back. And he shuts the door and locks. You hear all the locks. You hear all the locks reset.
It's wooden, right?
The door is wood. Yeah.
The only thing wooden.
Yes.
Is he important? And does it? Do you think we should keep him alive or?
I mean, let's not just randomly kill
No,
an
no,
old
no.
fool.
I'm saying, would he be? Would it be a good idea to burn down the door?
How loudly are you saying this? Are
Well, I'm
you
whispering it to
whispering?
the guy.
Okay.
I'm with to Augustus. He's the closest one.
How many souls is it? Like what? How
No,
unlocked
no,
is my sword currently?
let's not.
What if I melt it?
You're welcome to try, I guess. Just
What if I cast reduce on it and make it tiny? So I can walk right through it.
I mean, you can give it a shot, but
I try it.
I back up.
yeah, he's gonna do it and be like, all right, old man, look, we don't want to take your home. While he's doing that, I'm just gonna keep talking to him.
Where is she?
We don't want to take your home, but we did kind of want to use the perch out there if we can. See around.
The door you hear as he unlocks all the locks again, and it pulls it open. But you could very clearly see that there's like a security chain on it now, dangling, and that same wrinkled old bloodshot yellowed up eye peeks around the corner. It's the other staircase. The other staircase is the landing. And he shuts the door again. Go away.
I mean,
I'm gonna stop doing spell.
Okay,
Just-
it's fine.
Is there a keyhole?
There is a keyhole.
How big is it?
Keyhole size? I don't fucking know. Like that big? Like that big is a keyhole, right?
Would I be able to fit into it
No,
if I were to cast reduce on myself?
no,
No.
not even that. You might be able to put an arm into it if you cast reduce on yourself, but you couldn't like. There's no way you would be fucking an inch and a half tall.
What if I?
I think we did the math, and
Oh,
you're
okay.
4 inches tall.
That's right. Yeah, 4 inches. That is-
Slightly, still bigger than a key. Well, we don't want to go all the way down and back up. Just let us through. Oh,
The door opens again, and now there's 2 chains on it.
yeah.
that same withered
Just
up
put a
old
third
eye.
chain.
Sorry,
Same-
but this is 2D&D for me right now. I want to ask Gus this again, whispering it so the other guy doesn't hear.
uh,
I'm gonna burn this fucking door down.
My man, I'm getting there too, but give us
Why
us a
don't
minute.
we try to persuade him?
Yeah, look,
Oh,
look.
please, good sir, don't you have it in your heart to just let us wander through your
roll a
sacred
persuasion
land,
check.
please? I know it may be hard on you. You just got this place, but we don't want your place. We just want to stand on the, what's it called again?
The window or
Like
something.
a landing,
we
a
need to look out.
precipice. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
We want to stand on the window and look around on the ground from a high distance.
The door creeps open a little bit, and he's got his eye poking out again. He says, "What are you looking for?"
I rolled a 9.
Okay, yeah, but what are you looking for?
And then I whisper, "What are we looking for?"
Well, we need to look out into the swamp for the most part.
We need to look out into the swamp for the most part. We would greatly appreciate your patronage.
I mean, fair enough.
I'm not paying you.
Well, you'd be paying us by the use of your area.
Yeah, that's literally it. That's all we want.
All right. Seem like decent folk. But
I mean,
let me tell you.
I snort a line.
You what?
he does fairy dust right in front of this man.
You got any more of that? No, I'm kidding.
You're like decent folk. You got any fairy dust?
He's gonna say, you have 2 minutes. And if you're not
Okay.
gone in 2 minutes, it's gonna be a problem.
I mean, we need to wait till night, particularly.
I mean, just wait till night out here and then let us have the 2 minutes at night.
All right, then wait. And he closes the door and shuts that bitch. Locks all the
All right,
locks
let's
again.
take a nap.
Lot.
All right, bro, let's take a nap.
There's not a lot of places to take a nap up here. It took us hours to get here.
All right, I'll meet you down there.
You
come
hear
back.
the sound of like something like something clunking, and then you hear the sound of what sounds like, I mean, Augustus would recognize this noise as cogs moving. You hear as whatever it is moving, and the floor or the ceiling above you, the floor for him, you see some dust separate from it, and then it begins to lower itself down. And there's a decent like 9 by 9 foot square of it that just lowers itself down, and it's hung on 4 chains, and you can just hear it going as it's lowering
Fucking
itself down to the
elevator.
bottom.
There's an elevator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys spent 8 hours coming up these stairs for no reason.
The motherfucker, I'm gonna lose it.
And then you hear behind the door, and the door opens again. It creaks open, and now there's 3 chains on it. And he peeks that same jaundiced up looking eye. It's all bloodshot, and there are really crow's feet and wrinkles all around it. And he peeks his eye around. He says, "Are you hungry?"
I mean, yes.
I don't get many visitors.
Very much.
I feel like I'm supposed to be nice.
You'd appreciate it.
What do you
I
want?
smell food.
Yeah, no, you can smell food cooking, but these two can't smell shit because they smell like shit.
Yeah. Whatever you're willing to spare. We would love anything that you've made before.
You haven't have a bath.
I don't run a hotel or an inn. I don't run an inn.
I will give you 5 copper just to wash this stank off me and my friends. If the opportunity to.
No.
Oh,
No.
One silver coin.
You know how difficult it is to get water up here? No.
I don't care if it's cold.
Well, obviously it's gonna be cold. I can't light a fire up here. You know, unsafe
can.
that would be. That's totally against the fire codes.
Fire.
You have a
Fire
fire code here? Did you write
Is
your
this-
own manual?
It's a strict
Who
HOA.
enforces
It's a
your
strict
fire
HOA.
Strict
Are
HOA.
you
I'm the
president
leader.
of it?
Of course. What else would I be?
Then make it less strict.
He likes busting his own balls.
I'm gonna have a stroke.
Then that would have to go to committee, and that would just be a whole thing.
I'm gonna have a stroke. Is committee just you staring at your mirror?
There's a few mirrors.
He has a mirror room. It's like
do
9.
you hardly ever come to a consensus? Is there a lot of arguments back and forth?
It's a lot of stalemates. It's a lot of just dead stalled conversation.
Sounds about right. We have one of those too. And I guess this is gonna turn to look at Omen. Lots of stalemates.
All right. He closes the door. And you can hear more shuffling around back there behind the door. And a few minutes later, he comes by. Comes back. You hear shuffling, getting closer to the door. He opens the door, and there's 4 chains on it. That same jaundiced up eye peeks around the corner, and it's all you see is like this right here. Right, this I guess. Sorry. Stand back. Get back from the door.
All right, we'll step back.
Especially you, and you can see his old like gnarled up finger point around the corner at Silver. You stand back the most. And she's probably
I'll
like,
have you
what?
know, sir,
Why?
she killed a Hydra.
Sure, she did. Just stand back. Stand back. And faster than you can process what's happened, the door's open. There's a big plate of food shoved on the ground. The door's closed.
No.
And then you hear.
It was rather fast for.
That's why he wanted her to stand back.
He's just as fast as she is. Yeah. No.
By the,
Fucking.
and the room is still filled with as the elevator
Yeah.
is still descending. And it's gonna be descending for quite a while.
Yeah.
And when you guys look over the edge, it is probably a mile to the fucking bottom. If it's far as shit, it's not a mile, but it's like, it's like fucking quite a ways.
Mm-hmm.
And that many.
is gonna see down there at night.
I mean, he didn't know you were in there.
What?
He didn't know you were in there.
Sure.
What the fuck do you mean? Why would it matter if anyone saw down there?
I thought at night we were supposed to like look over the balcony or whatever the fuck.
Oh yeah,
try
look
to-
over the edge. Yeah,
Yeah, we look over
it's
the
it's
edge,
not
yeah.
it's not truly a mile. It's just a couple hundred feet, several hundred feet. Is there anything else? Anything else? Do you bother him again?
Oh yes.
No, we'll eat.
Oh my
like
God.
Did I, and he will.
What are you bothering him with?
Oh, nothing. I'm just gonna knock on his door and
Oh, okay. Go ahead and make me a strength check because your strength isn't that high.
14.
Oh, the 14. As soon as you put your hand on that fucking doorbell, like the door knocker, and you lift it up, it takes almost everything you've got to pick that shit up. And it's just a door knocker. Why the fuck is it so heavy? And then you release it, and when you have it up, you can see that the door is dented from it. Like the door has an imprint where this thing has been hitting it. And when you release it, it hits and it echoes down the building.
I just set my empty plate at the door and go back to where we were.
And then a couple minutes later, you hear the shuffling feet. You hear that the shuffling feet, and then you hear. And he opens the door, and there's 5 chains on it.
Just the plate sitting at the bottom of the door.
He's peeking around. He's looking around. Oh, you see his eyes like bulbous as shit too. Like the fucking socket is like a super fucking retracted. So you just see the eye moving around, and you see like the sides of the eye. It's so exposed. And it's like looking around. And it looks down and sees the plate. And he's looking for you guys. Does he see you, or did you go further down?
I went wherever else we were just chilling.
Okay.
Yeah, we
you
went
went
down a
wherever.
little bit to eat. We're all sitting on the stairs, like 3 flights down from the door.
Just dangling off the side.
Yeah, just eating.
The elevator's still going. And then probably by the time everybody else is done eating, like he'll open the door, he'll grab the fucking car, and like you see his when his arm comes out, it's almost just bone. Like the skin is so fucking contracted over him, and it's so wrinkly and gray and fucking liver spotted. When the arm reaches out, it's purely looks like just bone. Like there's no meat on him at all. And he grabs the plate and like draws it back in, and then shuts the door real heavy again. And then you hear the because he's resetting all the locks. And probably by the time everybody else is done eating, at the bottom you'll hear that the chains finally go, and it'll just relax. And a couple seconds later, you'll hear as it starts to draw up. And the elevator returns. About an hour goes by, and you see an elderly woman. Looks to be a human. Can't really see her ears. Can't spot it for sure. Elderly woman standing with a small, I won't say small, I mean fairly decent sized bird, but it's definitely like a bipedal non-flying bird. And it's just
Like
kind of chilling next to her.
Emu sized or like bigger?
A
Like
little bit
goose?
smaller than an emu.
Okay,
like,
so bigger than a goose.
Somewhere between an emu and a pelican. And I know it's like a big difference, but somewhere in that range.
Okay.
You know what?
Okay.
Peacock, but taller and no tail.
Okay.
Okay. Peacock. I was trying to think of another bird, but peacocks do fly. It's just really weird, by the way, to see peacocks in trees. That shit will scare the shit out of you because that's a big ass bird.
It's a huge motherfucking bird.
Peacock roughly in size, got a big old fucking beak on it.
Okay.
And it looks very heavy, like it probably doesn't fly. And it is got its fucking eyes locked on, like its body is facing the same way as the ladies, but its head is like fucking cocked to the side at an angle, and it's got its eyes locked on all of you, and it just kind of keeps flicking back and forth between all of you. As the elevator.
And Gustus is just gonna wave specifically at the bird, not the old lady.
Neither pay you any mind. And then the floor, it rises up, and meets the ceiling. And then you hear the chain stop. A couple minutes go by, and you hear some muted, muffled conversation on the other side of the door. And you hear some shuffling. Some more shuffling. A little bit more shuffling. And they finally get over to the door. And you hear... And then the door snatches open, that same jaundiced up yellowed eye peeks its head around the corner. She says I have to let you in.
I mean, that's appreciated. We have the rest of your plates too.
Is the door open?
Not all the way. Just it's literally like an inch and a half. You can just see his eye like pressed up against it. I don't appreciate it. And he closes
I
the door
mean-
again, and you hear shh, 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 because he's removing all the chains.
slides.
And then he opens the door real slightly. And he kind of peeks his eye around again. And he says, "Don't mind the mess. I'm refinishing the place." And opens the door so everybody can come in, and it is pristine on the inside.
I dart right in.
Okay. As everybody makes their way into the building, as specifically as Augustus and Vincent cross his path, he's gonna go, "Oh God! What
Remember
the?"
that
We,
path I asked you about?
oh.
There was a reason behind it.
We did we did tell you about that one.
And there's a little old lady on the other side of the room. She's like, "You said you needed a bath, dearie." It's giving
yeah,
Mrs. Doubtfire, but I can't do it.
Yeah, we're not the best smelling at the moment.
That's all right. We can have that fixed up in a jiffy. And fucking, she like steps her little like she looks like Tweety Bird's mom. You know what I mean? The lady who owned
Yeah.
Tweety Bird. That's who she looks like. B. Benedarian. That's the lady.
Yeah.
She just kind of, her little feet just tick 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 tick. And then like her feet are the same speed at Gisborne's feet, and he's not walking, so he's like looks down at his feet. He's like, "What the fuck?" You can see visual confusion on the homunculus's face. He's very confused. As the feet move at the same speed, but she's wearing like a big fucking long dress. You can't actually see her feet moving. So she heads back to the back to a back room in this landing, this floor. And then you can hear water begin to pour. And a couple minutes goes by, and she comes back out. And she says, "Okay, it should be boiling."
Really appreciate it.
Boiled water.
And the old man says, "You two definitely go first. Please
Thank you.
get the hell out of my room. Go.
Yep.
We can't make it go." And he's literally like trying to shuffle you along because his legs are so fucking worn out. And by the way, he has no muscle on him at all. When you think of a wizard with no cloak, that's what this old man looks like. Like he's literally just like there's no torso at all. It's literally just arms, legs that
Sinewy
connect at the
bone.
shoulders. That's what he looks like. He's all sinewy and bone. He has a big old long fluffy white beard. He's balding on top. He has a little bit of hair on both sides, but it's like combed back very nicely. He's definitely only wearing boxers. And the lady is in like her full getup. And her feet are just going tick, 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 tick.
Yeah. I know Augustus will shuffle off to go clean up.
You two. Like, go with him. He points at Ben. Vincent.
I'm going.
Take a bath together. Ha ha ha.
And then she kind of points you to the room, like third door on the right, kind of thing. You guys go back and you could begin to bathe, and the water is in fact boiling. It is 212 degrees Fahrenheit. 100 degrees. The water is in fact boiling. It is broiling in a metal bathtub.
Holy shit, they're gonna eat us.
And the little lady who's in the room with the rest of you goes, "Has he fed you yet?"
Yes,
Yeah.
that he is done.
You're in a different room. Shut up, Ben.
Yeah.
What about drinks? Did he give you guys drinks?
He did not do that.
You're in a different room, Ben.
Different room.
Oh.
I say the same thing.
You are naked in a room with Augustus in boiling water. Shut the hell
Like
up.
he's naked.
The only thing coming out of that room
boiling
should be
water.
death curdling screams.
Yeah.
Don't any
that
of
is-
you have magic that could possibly put the temperature down?
I know all I have for dissertation.
So and there's like very fancy soaps and shampoos and conditioners and things all there. It's very this is all very finely made stuff, all very natural, very very good ingredients. But the elderly lady is going to look to Korik and to Silver and to the Sand Puppy and to Omen and Pep, and she's gonna say, "Well, what do you prefer? Wine, tea, coffee?"
Water.
Alcohol.
You do look a little bland. I'm sure you would like water. A little nondescript drink. So she's gonna say, so wine for the little one, water for the big one. And then when she looked at Silver and Omen, Omen's just gonna say, wine, please. And I don't remember Silver drinks now, so we're gonna give her water too. So she ticks away and her feet tick away. And okay, so did Gisborne go with you or did he stay?
No, he's still out there with them.
He's still out there. Okay, so Gisborne, the rest of you can see Gisborne is audibly like visibly fucking confused and how his feet aren't moving, but he's hearing his own feet.
Mm-hmm.
Very confused. He's like picking them up and looking at them and like very fucking
Rolls up into a ball occasionally.
and he's very confused. But she ticks away and then comes back and a few minutes later she's got wine and water for everybody. Gives you guys the wine and water. A little tiny glass for the little tiny guy. Like that, like a thimble versus a fucking wine glass size. It's bigger than a thimble, but the one they give Catholics at communion, it's like this big. You know what I'm talking about? Little tiny fucking wine glass.
Mm-hmm.
That thing. That's what they give you.
They gave me that.
Yeah, because you're a tiny guy. You don't need a whole fucking glass. Shit, you drown in that much wine. You'd
I'm sniffing it.
be really fucked up.
Yeah. I'm
Your blood
sniffing
alcohol
wine.
percentage would be like 70%, bro. It's too much.
That's dead.
Who cares?
I mean, you the one who revives people. I feel like you should care.
I can defibrillate myself.
Not after you're dead though.
When I'm dying, I can just greater restoration, and then just be fine.
Maybe.
That fails. Fuck.
I
Yeah.
die.
And then he casts 8 fireballs on himself. Yeah.
Everyone here dies too.
I'm thoroughly surprised we have not like wild magic for like 50 fucking sessions. Not one
Nobody's
time did
fireballed.
you guys roll the cast 8 fireballs in the same point.
We got a worse one.
We did get a few bad ones.
Oh, there were.
technically,
I mean,
though.
your
does
bodies have
damage
been.
to everyone around them.
Anything that
Yeah.
gives us a
Oh,
deck of many things.
Yeah,
actually
and
gets
then the one
worse.
that raised the dead. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um.
That one's
listen,
not bad.
Raise the Dead, not that bad. The deck
Well,
of many
It
things
is
has,
kind
like,
of that
4
bad
lives
when you
now.
figure out what we raised. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
want a
yeah,
deck of many
which-
things again, honestly.
Hear me out. The deck of
You've
many
you've
things
had this character for 2 sessions.
has
I know,
played
but the deck of many things is like my favorite item in all.
I
of
listen.
D&D,
I
so-
get it, but you
You've
were
also
like
lost.
you're 0-2
many
to the
people-
fucking.
Fine. Deck of
0 and
illusions.
3. We're
The deck of
0 and
illusions would be okay.
3.
I'll just scare the shit out of
No,
myself every
we're-
now and again.
I thought we
That's-
were more. We're more than 0 and 3.
No, but 3
No,
people have died to the deck of many
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
You're 0-3 with the deck of many things. Yes.
Things.
You 3. Well, I said 0-3, and then just immediately fucking
Yeah.
kept speaking into 3.
Even people in the past fucking died to the deck of many things.
Yep. So that's technically 0 for 4, but we're not.
Different timeline, my guy.
It's a different timeline, right? Yeah. It was same timeline, just in the past, but yeah. So. Question becomes, what do you do while you're drinking?
Oh, I don't drink it yet. I sniff it. I smell it.
Smells like wine.
Sweet.
Smells pretty sweet.
I taste it.
Make Constitution saving throw. No, I'm kidding. It's wine. It's wine.
I hate sweet wine. I like bitter. I spit it out if it's sweet.
It's fine. I gotta run to the restroom really quickly. I'll be right back.
Gotta make some people angry so we can get some XP. Never mind, we don't do XP anymore.
Make some PB. I'm like, we're not an XP
Yeah.
related cult there,
forgot.
my boy.
Yeah, I forgot. There's no. We're doing milestone, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got a feeling that the old guy's like strong as shit.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he fucking is for sure.
Like he's some sort of demigod or something.
Mm-hmm.
So, ferryman. Within this
No,
room.
I chug it.
Okay. Well, for everybody who's not in there, in this room there are 7 gilded bird cages. Each of them has a beautiful yellow bird. Each one's really tiny.
Oh, thank God.
But there is a rather large bird standing underneath him. It's not yellow. It's more like silver.
Silver.
Kind of silver bluish, somewhere in that realm, kind of gray blue. It's pretty, but it's very menacing. And it's definitely like large enough that that Pep could easily ride it, like with no issues. This is a rideable creature for Pep.
Would I be able to talk with it if I cast tongues?
I think that's only things that can speak. You would have to do speak with animals to converse with an animal that doesn't have, because like there's an intelligence level, and if the thing doesn't have an intelligence level, it can't actually converse with words. So tongues wouldn't work with it.
Damn.
So and the bird, the larger bird, is staring very menacingly. Now specifically at Pep. It's eyeballing you because you're flying around the room, or flying in the room, not necessarily around it, but you're floating in the room, and it's the bird is definitely locked onto you. It is a little I don't know, the room is immaculate. There's no issues with it at all. And it's very well made. Like everything in here seems incredibly nice for the tower below it to be as dilapidated and as rough a shape as it is. Especially considering that if the tower fell, this place would probably be destroyed. You know what I mean? It seems strange.
Also kind of apologized for the mess, but there's none.
Yeah, he apologized for a mess because he said he was working on some things. And there's no mess.
None.
There's
at all.
nothing out of place in this room.
Oh damn.
Yeah, the tower is a $1 hotel, but this is a $10,000 hotel inside.
It's the $10,000 suite. Yeah. So, what do you do?
I examine the birds.
The little yellow birds?
The big one.
Oh, the big one? All right, make me I guess an animal handling check?
I'm not really... Okay.
Do you have a reason it would be something else? What are you trying to look for?
Sure, animal handling. I'm proficient with that. 20.
Okay. Oh, yeah, dirty 20. It's good. With a dirty 20, They are yellow canaries. They're all kind of whistling to each other. They're just kind of sitting on the little swings that are in their perches and rocking back and forth. They're not doing anything crazy. Each one has a different color flare on its tail, though. Like one will be red, one will be green, one will be blue. I don't know, white, black, and green. Did I say that? Did I say green? I don't know. There's 7 different
Yeah,
birds,
no.
7 different colors.
White, black, and green. Yeah.
Okay. They all just have like
Big one
a
with all of
flare of color. The big one is not a canary. It's very large, and its beak comes to a fine point that kind of sharpens up and looks like an axe.
Oh, that's badass.
And as you fly closer, it definitely like flares its feathers up a little bit to make it look a little more impressive in size, as like a shell of strength. As you kind of just fly right past him.
I do the same fucking thing.
You give him the old
In
Peter
front of it.
Pan.
Yeah.
Just
fist at my hips.
It's
and I-
definitely gonna let out some kind of like loud squawk at you if you try and assert dominance back to it.
I thought he was just doing a joke, man.
And the old lady is gonna be like, "Oh, calm down." And the old man is like, "I'm going back to my room," and just shuffles back away from you.
back to my room.
I'm gonna take a nap.
And just starts shuffling again back, and his feet never leave the ground, dragging him the whole time. Makes it all the way back to the other room. I mean, not really the other room. It's the same room, but there's like a large couch over by the not a couch, like a large armchair, I guess you call it, over by the birds. And he goes over to the birds and like starts like giving the birds seeds and stuff. He's doting on them effectively. So, what do we do? I know Korik wants to shoot the birds.
Every
Definitely.
single one of them.
Okay, birds aren't real.
Oh, they're real. They bleed.
Government spies. They're robots.
Honestly, you'd be worried about the trees or your spies, bud.
Yeah. At this point.
So, as the old man approaches kind of behind Pep, and gets up near the birds, and he begins to give them like seeds and little grapes and stuff that they can chew apart. All of the birds like, jump down respectively, and fucking he feeds them a little bit, gives them a little snack. And the windows behind them are open, like they're exposed to pretty direct sunlight. And beyond those windows is the entirety of the swamp. The entirety of the swamp. You can basically see the other end. Took you guys 2 days to walk this shit. And then it took you 8 hours to like climb this tower. But now that you're at the top, you can see where you started. You can see the river Lapradrar at the other end of the shit. Granted, it's 2 days walk. It's like 40 fucking miles. So it's very minuscule, but you can see the curve like in the earth where the river would be.
Hey man, at least everyone else didn't skip leg day.
As
Their legs are on fire.
as you
at
guys
this point.
notice, Pep's legs are like super scrawny compared to his torso. Even though he's already a little guy, like his legs are littler.
Little guy.
Cast them large on my legs.
All of a sudden, he has normal size human legs attached to a small fairy sized body. It doesn't make sense, magically or practically.
In fact, did not skip leg day.
Good for kicking. Yeah.
Do you do anything with the birds, or do you just kind of look at them?
No, I just kind of play peekaboo with the big bird.
The big bird definitely does not like you. You could try and make an animal handling check, but he's not enjoying it.
I want to try to make a animal handling check.
Okay.
20.
It seems a little it's rather interested in you because you're flying around the room, like I said, but it's also paying attention to everything else happening in the room. So it snaps to you for a second, and then a few seconds go by, and it'll kind of look around the room and examine everybody inside of it, and then snap back to you and make sure you're still in the same spot. And then it's when it looks at you, it's very like fast and rigid right to you, and then looks away very smoothly and comfortably. So he's letting you know he's watching you for sure, but he's not aggressively coming after you or anything. He's not aggravated. He's just defensive.
Okay.
The rest of you, the old lady, is gonna say, "What about cookies? Would you like cookies? Let me grab you some cookies." And then begins to walk away, and her little feet just tick 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 tick. And then Gisborne is gonna get a little curious because his
How bad do
feet.
you guys think it would be if I shot the old lady?
I'm actually gonna say no.
You're in a bathroom.
Let's not. Yeah.
The
Say we
only
did.
person that's here that you can ask is Nick, who's Pep, right? Because the other two characters aren't here. They're in the room, but I can't give you what they would say. I mean, we know Silver's gonna say no, right? Because she always tells you stop shooting people.
Yeah, no, I don't think I'd ask Silver.
Something
I think I
tells
would
me that.
specifically ask Pep, actually.
Uh,
Pep's a death cleric, right?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm a death cleric.
Yeah, I would specifically ask Pep.
If you're comfortable with dying by the hands of that old man.
Think so?
Yeah, did you see the big fucking heavy ass door knocker that he had?
I mean, I bet
That he
bleeds.
moved out of the way with relative ease by opening the door.
I mean, I bet he still bleeds.
Yeah, maybe so, but everything does.
And we have no idea where they disappeared to.
They were led to a bathroom. That's what you were told.
Right, but I mean, we don't actually know what's.
You don't in fact hear them splish splash and taking a bath. No.
Taking a bath.
Are they screaming?
Mm-mm.
You should probably go see
Possibly.
what they're doing. Maybe, because I don't hear shit.
I'm just wondering, like, because it feels like we've been without him a while.
Yeah, you should probably go check on them. If they're dead, albeit that's fucking I'm gonna whisper. Kill everybody here if they're dead.
Fair enough.
Even Omen and Silver.
Even the others. Trust no one.
Kill yourself while you're at it.
Jump off the thing after we're done.
So who's going to the bathroom?
I'll follow. If he's gone,
Well, no, who's going?
I'll go and check on it.
Okay. As you kind of flitter your wings and head over to the bathroom, the old lady's gone, tick down the hallway. Gisborne is following the lady down the hallway, and like he's trying to match her steps.
Yeah.
To try and not make extra sounds because he's really fucking confused. He's not the smartest fucking dude, but he's really confused right now. How does your connection work? If he feels something, he can push that to you, right? Like a
Yeah, he can share his emotion because
Okay.
he's still technically like my familiar. Yeah.
Right, yeah, like a familiar. So you're definitely getting not uncomfortable, but confused being radiated off of him as you can feel him moving around the building. As he gets to a little bit past your door, they kind of hook to the left instead of you guys to the right. And he enters a room, and the feeling entirely disappears.
Entirely disappears?
Like it's gone.
Okay. Interesting.
Like and not his feeling, but your connection is gone.
Yeah.
As Pep flitters his wings and travels down the hallway, You probably heard her say third door on the right. So as you travel down, which door do you go to?
The one she said.
The third door on the right. Okay. I don't know if you were gonna look around more.
I'll do that after.
So as you get to the door, and you go and you touch the door handle and try and spin it, the door is locked.
Is it wooden?
Mm-hmm. Metal handle, wood door.
Well, I knock on it and be like, Augustus, Vin Man.
You guys
good?
hear? You guys hear the tiniest little tap tap tap.
I'm punching the fuck out of that door. What do you?
Oh, okay. Roll,
Yeah,
roll to
it's
hit
still
that. No, I'm
tap tap
kidding.
tap.
Yeah, on the other end, you still hear tap tap tap.
Tap tap tap.
But no, you guys hear him call for you on the other side of the door while you guys are having a bath.
How long has it been?
10 minutes, 5 minutes, not even 10
Okay,
minutes.
not a super long then.
No.
Oh, so you guys
Okay,
aren't
cool.
Just got in.
just started
Yeah.
bathing.
Just started, getting cleaned up. Like I guess this is like fully actually cleaning up. It's like the cleanest he's probably been in
Oh
a
yeah,
year.
he's definitely washing color out of his skin. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like this is the cleanest he's been in a year.
This is the first bath we've taken in months.
Yeah, 100%. And like he's shaving and everything. Like he's gonna shave and everything. He hasn't yet, but like he's fucking scrubbing everything out.
Like I've got the mask off. I'm cleaning it. I'm cleaning myself.
What? Did you say you're cleaning him?
The mask.
My
The
mask.
mask.
Okay.
They're cleaning
That
each other. Hey, two grown men can clean each other if they want in a fucking made up game. Okay, this is
Look, we're
adult
5
make
feet
believe.
apart.
If they want to bathe each other, it's fine.
They want to fuck in the bath. It's fine.
That's fine too. They two grown ass men playing make believe. Let them do what they want.
Their prerogative.
You let me do me, homie.
No, he's trying to let you do him. That's what.
I mean,
Did your mic
yeah,
like threaten you or something?
My mic.
It happens sometimes.
Anyways, what are we doing? So you guys hear the knock on the other side of the door, and you guys hear the call for you on the other side of the door.
Well, yeah. So like, you go okay in there?
Yeah, we're fine. Are you guys getting up to fucking nonsense?
Do you
Also-
perchance have message in your repertoire?
Also, where's Gisborne? I don't feel him anymore. What happened to him?
I don't know. He walked with an old lady.
Oh, that's disturbing.
Kinda, but do you have any means of communicating via head?
I mean,
Strange.
I can vibrate my vocal cords like a normal person, you fairy.
No, I'm asking because I
That felt
got
like
some
a
shit.
felt like a slur when you called him that. I don't like it.
Hey yo, yeah, no.
Hey, yo.
Okay, when you get out of here, we gotta talk about something.
You remember the
You
last
better,
time
you
we
better
fought
stop
this
calling me
fairy
fairy because I'm
with our
flying
hands?
here. Okay, I'm flying here.
Because I'm flying here.
Don't use the Y.
No
Um,
hard Y's.
Jesus Christ. Do you turn to leave, Pep? Now that you've heard
Yeah.
from them,
Yeah, fly back in and tell court. No, they're
As-
fine. They're taking a bath.
as you turn away from the door, the old lady is sitting there watching you.
Hey, I'm flying.
I'm flying here.
Hey, I'm
You
flying
okay?
here. I'm going down the hall. I'm going down the hallway.
Just checking up on my pals.
And she's quite a bit larger than you at probably 5.5 feet tall, and like she's a little old lady. Like she's not super imposing, but she's quite a bit bigger than you.
I'm also flying, so
Uh
A fly swatter is a hell of a thing.
yeah. Well, I mean, I'm 2 foot tall anyway, so I mean, I guess.
and she's
Okay.
gonna say, "That's fine, dearie. Just respect our privacy. We're allowing you into our home." And then continues past you toward the the room with a little plate of cookies.
I don't like.
What?
Well, you're asking me what she said?
No, I'm just like in my like
Oh.
under my breath. I'm like, what the fuck? I tell Cork. I tell Cork like, yeah, no, they're just in the bath and something's off about that woman.
Gisborne does not follow her.
And also Gisborne's gone.
So he doesn't come back.
No connection.
Ooh.
Oh, I go back and investigate other rooms.
Okay.
The one
Uh,
thing you were told not to do.
um,
Yes.
Listen, hear me out. We have burnt down cities for less. We will burn down a house over Gisborne.
Yeah,
I mean, at
100%.
this point, Gisborne.
Burn down a room over.
Well, give me a minute before you burn anything down.
Well,
Oh, I
I'm
don't
just
do anything. I'm hanging out
I'm
with you. That was not
saying after I
Yeah.
tell Cork and I go back, I'm just flying in front of the bathroom door.
Mm-hmm.
Just waiting for them to get out.
Okay.
Because I did have something to talk to Augustus about.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, 10, 15 minutes, whatever goes by, and the water starts to become kind of lukewarm. And you guys are kind of finish up your bathing and you cleaned up. Gathered yourselves, and as you go to exit the room, he's just flying right there by the door.
Oh,
Luckily, the
yeah.
door opens inward, not outward.
Mm-hmm.
I sit on his shoulder and I whisper, just go into the other room. I gotta talk to you about something. Like whispering.
Okay. He'll go into the other room, like stand in a corner.
For starters, Cork wants to kill the old lady, and I am inclined to believe that's the correct thing to do because Gisborne's not back and was not following the old lady when she came up behind me after I asked you how you were doing.
Was that he
She
followed
told
her somewhere?
No, Gisborne was following her.
Okay.
You lost
Okay.
connection to Gisborne apparently because you asked where he was, so obviously you lost connection.
Yeah. If you give me a minute, I was about to do something about that.
Okay.
Okay.
You summon him or something? Is that what?
Yeah, I'm gonna take out my book and
Mhm.
re-pull Gisborne to me. Try to, at the very least.
Okay. If his spark has been extinguished, can he still be returned? I don't know about artificers.
I have to re-enchant his core, because he is essentially a core, that I have on him, that I
Then
have on me.
the body appears in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Because the body in and of itself is a magical thing, but the core,
Correct.
the core is
Yeah.
what gives him his being.
Yeah, the core is what's on me. That gives him the thing. That's
Right.
what connects
So
him to me.
his body comes to you,
Mhm.
but there is no power in his body.
Well,
That's what I
Yeah.
mean.
And the old lady's gonna say, "Well, that was quicker than I thought it was going to be."
Kinda Hansel and Gretel, so it's a bitch.
slash.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah. What did you do to my friend here?
I absorbed his energy.
I'm not.
My job, since I guess I have to pull the mask off now, and her voice entirely changes. She stands up a little straighter. Is to keep him from getting out. And he knows what happens if he gets out. And that's why the locks are on the inside now.
Him, the old man.
Mm-hmm.
Who is he?
I don't think that's any of your concern.
A lot of things are our concern.
Well, he's been with us the entire time, so it's kind of whatever shit he's in is shit that we're in. So
The old man
old
that
man
you
that
just
lives there.
met. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's
yeah,
talking
I
about
mean,
the old, no, not old, not Omen, the old man that let us in the building.
right.
oh,
right.
okay. So I didn't say that shit. I thought you were talking about
Yeah,
Omen.
I contextually did make sense. So I was like, what are you trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about Omen because old man.
Right.
Oh,
Old
Omen, yeah,
man
this
is
is a
shortened
little
into
confusing.
Omen. Yeah. I don't think who he is any of your concern, but it's my job to protect you from him by keeping him in here. And I would imagine that the dead guard downstairs was one of your doings.
What?
Oh,
Who's up?
were the monsters yours? The
Right.
crystalline things. Yeah, sorry about that. We have a
Incredibly
tendency-
hard to make.
Oh, they kind of attacked first.
I didn't get my hands on one,
That
so yeah,
that would be
I'd
their
imagine.
job, is to protect this building.
Yeah, sorry about that.
If the old man is such a problem, why is he still living?
By all means, take your shot, and she'll step out of the way.
That's just a question for you. If you're powerful enough to keep him here, why have you kept him alive?
More importantly, and I guess
It's a
this at this
complex
point,
answer. Go ahead, ask your question.
Yeah, no, more importantly, I guess this is gauntlets are gonna, because he's taking a shower, his hands are gonna go from hands to gauntlets, just in case. More importantly, how is your magic working?
I have my ways. More importantly, how is his? And she points at the fairy.
It's not.
Then why are there all the crumbles of stone on my staircase?
Okay, so when I say
Magic.
it's
It's
Pep,
very hit and miss.
Pep, you weren't supposed to just when someone asks you a question, don't just immediately give them the answer.
Dude, I'm flying. I'm a fucking fairy. What else could it have been?
Look,
Fairy
yes,
piss? Could I pissed on him and it came undone?
You could have tried. I probably would have gave you advantage for creativity.
Maybe the remedy that Silver attempted.
Yes. So
There was piss in it.
So yes, magic works, but it doesn't work. It's a whole thing. We've been dealing with this for months now. Well,
Right,
they've been
the
dealing with a
pulses
lot
of
of
energy.
it.
Yes, I know what
Yeah.
and who they come from.
Oh well, that's more shocking in and amongst itself.
Is it?
We'll get back to that one.
Is it shocking?
Yes. Yes, it is quite literally shocking.
You feel a spark between us?
Are you trying to seduce my friend here?
He's entirely too young for me.
I'm pretty sure she's older than all of us combined, even the elves, at this point. And yeah, because he's gonna pick up. Is there like something sitting on the table?
Sure. What do you want? You want to
He's
be on
gonna
the
pick
table?
up like a glass or something. It doesn't have
Yeah,
anything.
I mean, yeah,
literally
everybody was drinking glass or water or something like
Yeah,
that. So
literally anything.
Or
He's gonna
wine
pick
or
it
a few
up.
water, yeah.
And hold it in his hand and cast fabricate on it and turn it into like a whatever material it was, glass, clay, whatever, into a clay or whatever, a figurine of one of the birds. More importantly, things are still fucked up, but we're not.
That's an interesting twist.
You got it. Right.
She's going to look at Omen and say, should we tell them? And he's going to look back at her and go, "What?"
What?
Huh? Oh,
And he just
Um,
kind of, I'm gonna kind of bellow away. He doesn't remember shit.
What do you mean? Like nothing?
amnesia.
We call him Omen, and we're like the third person who's talked to him, acting like he knows a bunch of stuff, and he's confused every time. So at this point, yes.
Omen is what you're going by? Why?
You know,
I mean,
it's the same reaction we had from the last person.
You are, but why? It's too
Yeah.
on the nose. It's too You gotta
Guys, I'm
change
starting
that.
to
You
see a
have to
pattern
change
here
that.
that we need to look into later.
There's a
Something
lot
tells me
going
he
on.
that's
What
is
is
an omen.
Terrible.
what has my teacher done this time?
And she's gonna stop and look at you, and she's gonna. I need Augustus to make me a wisdom
Mhm.
saving throw, please.
Okay.
And she has a confused look on her face. When she's
11.
talking to him, she turns and looks at you. And you feel a little bit of a pinch in the back of your head, just a little twinge of something in the back of your head.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna say, "Oh my, you are his student this time, aren't you?"
Yeah, and Augustus is going to, as he does that, he's gonna reach into his pocket, and the core that he has that he holds for Gisborne, he's gonna like clamp it real quick, and the sigils are gonna light back up, and Gisborne's gonna just pop his little head up. Yeah, I am. I made this stuff.
She's gonna look at Omen and point at Gisborne and say, "Where's the other one?"
I mean, the one he's summoning around. Old man, summon yours. You half dead one. Now.
And he kind of closes his eyes and squeezes his hands really hard and focuses, and it kind of pops into existence and then collapses limply on the floor. And she's gonna say, "Oh no! You change your name, you change your face, and you do this to. This is he's been with you forever."
Yeah, according to my friend here, and he's gonna point to Ian, he was a fish at one point too.
Hey, watch, he hung out on my side for quite a long time.
That's a story I must hear.
We can tell it after some answers have been done and some less confusion.
Not from you. Not from you. Shut up. From him. And she points back at Omen.
Oh, he has no idea about it.
That is a story I have to hear from your point of view. And he's gonna say, "I don't really remember it."
Fish,
and she's gonna, we'll get it out of you. And she's gonna look back at the rest of you and go, "Do you remember, specifically to Augustus, do you remember I'd like to say young, but I wasn't young at the time. Grisfolia, right?
Yeah, that's why he found me.
25 years ago or so.
Sounds about right.
Do you remember before you met him, a long red-haired woman?
Familiar. I mean,
And she like raises her hand in this big flourish, and her whole body changes into this beautiful red-haired woman. The hair is like it's very long, very curly. And she has this beautiful kind of emerald green dress on. And she goes from being a fucking 70-year-old woman to a 30-year-old woman in appearance instantaneously. Late 20s, early 30s. Beautiful though. Jawline completely changes. Like she just morphs into a whole different person. She's like, "Does this strike a bell?"
yes.
Do you remember not long after your brother passed, that your parents wanted to send you away for schooling?
Yes, after my accident, yeah.
I was one of the people who you were supposed to be sent to, but he chose you. and he didn't just choose you. He teleported into Grisfolia and took you. It's how
It
much
happened rather quickly.
it's how much promise he saw in you. He effectively kidnapped you and inducted you into his service. And Omen is like, that does not sound like me.
There's no way.
I don't. No, no, that's not me. And the lady's like, so you think I just pull this out of nowhere? I change into someone he might recognize. None of this
Fine.
is working for you.
Didn't you just read his mind a moment ago?
Read Augustus's mind, maybe.
That is a good point. She did read his mind. I don't know. You wouldn't know that she read his mind, though. Is the thing. That's the
Yeah.
confusing point. You wouldn't know that she had read his mind. Only he would know that she had made a connection. And what she did
Well, I
with
mean,
that
she
connection, he
kinda-
doesn't know.
She kind of like looked at him, right, and then just said, "Oh, perhaps you are his student."
Sure.
The fuck am I supposed to take from that? She didn't read his mind.
I don't know. Your call.
No, the only thing that would make sense.
So she's going to say, give me a few moments. And she's going to kneel down and lay her hand on top of the limp and deceased homunculus. She's going to focus on him very deeply. And she's going to extend a hand towards Omen. And Omen's going to, without thinking about it, reach out and pull this globe that he's been carrying since the first time you met him and put it in her hand. And it's going to begin to glow. And it's going to emit incredibly bright light, like so vibrant and so bright and so vivid, it burns your fucking eyes, like looking at a fucking arc welder. And it gets brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter and sparks, and then you hear something sounds like it begins to charge up, like a whirring of energy. And she stops focusing and then hands it back to him. And for the first time, all of you see its eyes begin to spark and light up red. Its body's not intact, it's still broken, but its soul is returned. And he's not just carrying around a dead corpse anymore. So his little ankylosaur has begun its life again. And she's going to say, this is the last time I will do this for you. And Omen's going to say, I don't know that you've done it before. And she says, about a dozen times. And I won't do it again. I helped you build him. But if this is what happens, you have to heal him. You can't leave him like this. And Omen's gonna say back to her, I don't know how. And then she's gonna say, did you teach him anything? Kind of gesturing at Augustus again. And then he's gonna say, I don't remember. And she's going to stand up in front of him and reach out and put her thumb right here in the middle of his forehead, and the four fingers kind of spread across the side of his head, and then close her eyes, and a small red gem that a piece of hair was like covering up begins to expose itself, and the red gem begins to light up a little bit. It's not incredibly bright like the light she produced out of the orb. And the orb, like the light in the orb subsided too, just so you know, like once it whirred up and the energy actually started, it's fine. It subsides down to where it's barely glowing. And she's going to connect with him. And I will tell him what happens, because the rest of you don't get to see in his head.
Fair enough.
What do the rest of you do?
We just kind of hanging out,
Just watching.
kind
Kinda
of watching this go down.
Watching, yeah.
And
I think we're all in that moment of
lot of confusion.
What the
yeah.
hell?
We're all in a one of the what
Yeah.
in the fuck.
Got a lot of those side thoughts of like, I've seen this conversation style 3 or 4 times now with this old man. We're gonna need to look into some shit.
This man is
Yeah.
This
a
man
gonna
hoe.
cat-
really be getting
cast a
around.
This
spell.
man is a
Okay,
hoe.
God damn it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm casting a spell right now.
What are you casting?
Druidcraft.
What are you Drew casting?
What I do is, okay. A tiny harmlessness predicts the weather that will, for the next 24 hours, might manifest as a golden orb for clear skies, a cloud for rain, snowflakes for snow, and so on.
Homie's out here checking the fucking weather.
Yep, I'm checking the weather.
So in 24 hours, it blooms or it blooms immediately and tells you about the next 24 hours. How is that written?
What weather will be at your location for the next 24 hours?
Okay.
Yeah, so it blooms and tells you.
Okay. So as you cast it, it blooms for whichever one is clear and comfortable skies.
Gold. Okay.
Yeah.
I got a gold orb in my hand.
Yep.
That's it. I just checked the fucking weather.
That's fine. Yeah.
What's the weather app say, Mr. Ferryman?
It's clear skies for the next 24 hours.
As she she holds his head for about a minute, and she eventually lets go, and the gem in her eye, or gem in the like middle of her forehead subsides, and the hair kind of falls back in front of it. It's not like billowing around her anymore. He looks at her rather like confused and shocked, and he's like, I need to sit down. And then like walks over to the chair next to the other old man and just kind of plops down next to him.
Two old men
And then
right next to each other.
and then she's just like, that was a lot, and I don't know how. And he looks over to Gustus and he says, I'm going to need your help putting him back together.
We need the tools to do it. We don't really have the workshop. I was waiting until we get back to the city to see if I could find something. He's
We
only
could-
got what I had in him when he left.
We could go to the old one.
We need to find one. I have other things I need to take
No.
apart too. My
Where they took me from.
I'm assuming you were the one that built all of those machines I destroyed.
Didn't know that you destroyed them.
I have bits and pieces of them, maybe, but they're back at the fort. Didn't take them with me when we left.
And he looks down at the little guy who's on the ground, just kind of crawling over towards him now. And he like reaches down and picks him up and plops his little, like, again, he's cut in half, right? So just his like spine is like dangling out when he's got him picked up. Think about if you cut a turtle in half and you were just holding it by the top, like under its arms. That's effectively what he's got, but like the spine is just loose and dangling, and it's all
Just
metal
dangling.
and like it's super heated on the inside and shit. Like it's confusing. And he like kind of holds him close, and he's like, "I'm so sorry for everything." And he's looking at the little guy. I don't remember it all, but there's flashes, and I can see a door fall, and you were crushed beneath it. And the little guy kind of opens his mouth a little bit, and you don't hear anything come out, but you definitely see his mouth kind of like open and close. And Omen is going to look back at him and say, "No, it was my fault." And he's going to look over to Gustus and say, "I'm sorry that I took you, but I'm happy that you're the one that I chose. And I did only choose you because she told me to. Not her.
Confusing.
we have a bigger conversation that needs to be had. Not in front of him. And he points over at the guy sitting in his chair, kind of eating grapes now. And the old guy's like, "Don't mind me. Get out
He's
of
like
my
us right now.
get out of
I'm
my
just hanging
house.
out.
Get out of my house.
Get out of my
Old man's
house."
like, hey, story time's happening, bro.
He's gonna say that this is the most entertainment I've had in a while. She usually doesn't do the flourish, when people come knocking. But how long has it been? And she's gonna like look at him and be like, you know exactly how long it's been. And he's
How long is that?
he's gonna look at Omen and say, "Have you known her longer than I have?" And Omen's gonna look back and say, "No, but I know that she has served you for as long as I have served my own." And the old man's gonna be like, "Well, she keeps me locked up here for everyone else's safety." And you see as he sits there, he begins to kind of crack his neck a little bit, and his body begins to fill out, and the muscle begins to return to its form. And his body just swells and begins to bulge with muscle. And he goes from a crinkled up looking wizardly old man to an Adonis looking fairly young, like in his 30s or 40s, big full beard, brown hair. And he just instantly just begins to swell, you know what I mean, and become a normal sized human. And he says, "She insists we put on this charade anytime someone comes knocking, so you'll stop coming knocking, but every time someone still comes knocking. And here we are doing it again." And he kind of shoots his eyes over at her. "But I stay here for your safety, not mine."
Well, definitely
And
interesting.
none of you have a connection to me, and I can feel that. So spend your evening, watch the swamp, and leave me in peace.
Will do. You don't have a magical workshop laying around somewhere, do you?
No, she doesn't let me do anything anymore. And
Women,
she's gonna
am I
look.
right?
She's gonna look at him and go, "That's because the last time you did, we had." And then the old man shoots her like the death stare. And then she stops talking. Right.
I'm oddly confused of who's in charge in this house.
Erectile dysfunction.
It's not a house. It's a prison. It's his cell, and I'm his guard. Tracking that.
Pretty
Got that
fancy
part.
cell.
He demands a certain amount of glamour. And he just kind of sits there and he's like, and just keeps eating his grapes. And she's gonna say, "Maybe one day you'll figure it out, but for now, complete your mission. Be on your way."
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I'll prepare some food. And then she heads back down the hallway to the kitchen. Turns
this is
left,
gonna-
goes into the kitchen.
Time for break.
And you begin to hear pots and pans and shit move all over the place. With that happening, we will go to our break.
Yep.
Does anybody have any,
Get your last two scabs?
does anybody have any questions for me at breaks? No, because that would be longer than 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's
That
containment.
depends on us.
That's true. I could just run up and die, shoot two scabs and die.
Pretty much. Take out 2 sniper scavs. Tip the fucking grenade your feet.
It's true. We could do that. Just drop a grenade at my feet. No, because I have to go to other maps after that. I need the armor. I'm running out of
Yeah,
money.
you need the kit.
It needs the kit. We'll get them later. can
We
get 'em
need to
after
do a
this.
money run for you.
Well, I
Um,
mean, we can do one after. Like
yeah.
we can do a few like quick, easy ones. Like, honestly, I want to go shit on some people again, like we did last night. That was
just
fun.
Overwatch the fucking yeah.
Yeah, that end round was just hilarious.
Listen, I need Shooterborn, and flares are on the market.
Oh, what the hell? But yeah, we'll be back in a few minutes for anybody who's here. See you in a few. All right, get to run to the restroom or whatever. Go ahead.
I'm gonna get this headset charged during the rest of our session so that when we do this connection shit during Tarkov.
I hate the charging port on my fucking headset thrown out.
I'm gonna run and grab water. I'll be back in a few minutes. damn thing. Did you work this week, Ben, or are you still at the army?
I got off orders last. So I didn't go back to work until Tuesday. So I took today off.
Okay. Yeah, so you get your weekend though. That's good.
Yeah. I took a PTO day today, so I need to get a couple hours for next paycheck.
Cool.
I'm gonna be a broke bitch next week.
I'm still looking for a job, so.
Yeah.
And thanks to the U.S. government, I'm probably not going to get a disability check for the next, like, 2 months.
Why?
Because we're going to default on our loans.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
And the Republican idea was, take it out of the VA.
Yep, that's the thing they did.
It didn't pass, but that was their public and open idea.
Yeah.
Anyone who was actively serving is fine. Anybody who had and was discharged likely would not get a check. And we all got an email about it from the VA.
Yeah. I heard about that.
Was unhappy that day.
Yeah, I would assume so.
I have a mortgage to pay.
You know, that would be a good one to sue the United States military over.
Can't. We signed away that right.
There is a way to do it. We talked about it. I can't remember what it was.
There is a way, but it's not technically violating any rights. So there's no way for me to take that particular issue, the fact that I can't pay my mortgage because I'm not getting the payment that I expect every month. Army's gonna be like, that's not our fault. You should have more money. And I'll be like, okay, genius. If I get a job that pays me more money, you don't give me any money.
Yeah, your 100% disability states that you can only work this much.
Right. That's
Which
why
I think
the
that's
teaching thing
different.
works so well, but DeSantis fucked up our teaching too.
Yeah. Which there's a... I know, it's different per state, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
what you can do with disability because 100% disability in Arkansas, you can't do shit.
Yeah, so most Republican states you can't do anything.
Like you cannot go to work.
No, it's not that you can't do anything. It's you can only earn a certain amount a year.
Yeah. Which you pretty much have to work a part-time job. is what
Effectively, yeah. Well, that's why teaching works so well.
Yeah, because you only taught like what 3 days a week.
Yeah, if that. I think it's about that time. Y'all ready?
Yeller.
Yeah.
All right. We killed the music. Swab us back over. I have finished my sandwich wrap thingy, and I feel good now.
I had a pretty good dinner. I had asparagus and chicken.
I mean, your pee gonna stink.
Yeah, but dude, the asparagus is good, especially if it's cooked right.
It's got, yeah, I was gonna say it's gotta be cooked right for me as a whole.
Yeah,
Like, it has to be
it
cooked a
was
certain way.
Soaked and it was like fried, pan-seared, whatever.
Yeah, pizza.
It's pan-seared and garlic and
So-
lemon.
Panzer, garlic, and olive oil.
Fuck, where do we let out? Oh, she walks back to the back and says she's gonna cook a meal.
Yep.
When she comes back out, about 10 minutes later, she is got like a trolley, and she pushes the trolley thing up to you guys. Stands over it and waves a hand, and it expands and fills the room. And she effectively casts Hero's Feast. And you can all get the benefits of a Hero's Feast,
Hey.
which are... 1 second. Takes up to,
How do I
okay.
Add
A
that.
lot of shit.
Yeah, so she brings forth a great feast, including magnificent food and drink. The feast takes an hour to consume, so you have to spend an hour eating it, and disappears at the end of that time. And the beneficial effects don't set in until this hour is over. Up to 12 other creatures can partake in the feast. So literally everyone in the room, except for the birds, can partake in the feast. So the old man is not going to eat, and the birds aren't going to eat, and the old woman is not going to eat. A creature that partakes in the feast gains several benefits. The creature is cured of all diseases and poison, becomes immune to poison and being frightened, and makes all wisdom saving throws with advantage.
I need that.
Its hit point maximum also increases by 2d10. So I'm going to roll it right now. 7. Not great.
Immune to poison.
What? Yeah.
What else? Immune to poison and
Oh, so for 24 hours, you are immune to poison and being frightened.
being frightened.
And we have +7 to our HP.
And you have +7 to HP. So, and it's the maximum, and you gain 7 hit points, meaning these aren't temporary hit points. For the next 24 hours, you have 7 more hit points than you normally do.
Mm-hmm.
Override max HP, just had 7 to it.
Yeah, just add 7 to it. Just remember what you have, because the next day it goes away.
I'm just gonna add the 7 temp.
You can do that too. So, but the thing about temp is it won't heal back. If you get healing, you can heal back this 7 temporary hit points. You can't heal back. That's the difference.
Yeah, I'll just have to remember that I can heal that.
That's
7.
fine. I'll remind you if we come to it. If we come to a scenario where you need it. And the benefits last for 24 hours from the time of consumption.
Could be handy, could be useless.
Could be both. In fact, you're correct. You consume the dinner. She regales you with a few stories of, like, some very vague stories of her and Omen in the past. And the old man just sits in the old man who isn't Omen. I'm gonna refer to one as Omen, one as old man. The old man just sits in the corner, even though he's younger now, I guess. But the old man sits in the corner, eats his grapes, minds his business, tends to his birds. he is going to wave a hand and like try and get Pep to come over to him. If you choose to, you can.
I fly close enough.
He's gonna whisper to you. He's gonna say, "What's happened outside? Why is the moon out?"
Mm.
Does anyone in your group know?
I think that sketchy one that has multiple faces does.
Can you get him for me?
Yeah, I fly over to Vin Man. That's what I call him.
Ben Van Voozle.
Nah, Vin Man.
Considering I'm wearing the face of an iron right now. Thanks.
It's Vin Van Dyke. That's his name.
just the Van Dyke part.
Vienna sausage.
He only believes in family and Marilyn Monroe.
What else is there to?
Nothing else to believe in.
Points were made. I
Alright.
can't argue.
So I tell him to go talk to the man. He's talking about the moon being gone, asking me why it's like that. I think you're the only one that actually does.
Sure, I'll go chit
Okay.
chat him up.
He's gonna say, so the little one tells me that you might know why the moon has gone out.
So I'm not gonna say I know why. I will tell you everything we have learned up to today.
Okay.
I start going over into one day the moon just stopped fucking working. Yet magic just went fucked. Found that god underground getting beat the shit out of.
Okay. And he's gonna kind of remember he looks younger now, so he's gonna kind of take it and stroke his full beard, and he's gonna go. So she's dead after all this time. And the old woman is gonna kind of perk her head and lean her head over to her. Who's dead? And he's gonna look at her and say, Mistra. And the lady, the younger lady now, the redhead, is going to look at, and her jaw is going to kind of drop a little bit. And I mean, the name in and of itself being uttered out loud was a bit of a shock for Omen, I would say. And he's going to say, "What do you know of Mistra?" And the man is going to say, "Everything." And she's going to say, "What do you mean?" And he's going to say, "We had a thing once. It's not worth talking about. It only lasted a few millennia. Nothing crazy. And a few centuries. Sorry, it only lasted a few centuries. Nothing crazy. And Omen's gonna look back at him and go, okay, why do I feel a connection with her?" And the old man, the man is just gonna smile at him and say, "You'll figure it out soon enough." And the woman is going to look at him and say, "Stop picking on him. Be nice. There are guests. You need to be nice." And the man is going to say, "You didn't tell him. Why do I have to?" And they're going to have this little back and forth. It's like a wife and a husband arguing about who should tell their another person something. They're like, "You tell him." "No, you tell him." "No, you tell him." And she's going to finally look at Omen and say, "She and you were bonded a long time ago, just like he and I were. You worshipped her in a different way than I worship him. Now, if I let him out, he unveils his true form, and according to the tablets of fate, the end begins. So, he lives here in comfort. I supervise him. And that's the short of it. It's my job to keep him in, because if he gets out, it's all over. Omen's gonna look at her and say, "But what does that have to do with Mr. and I?" And she's gonna look at him and say, "I don't think it's my place to tell you. I think that's something you need to figure out with what's coming. My name is on the tablet just as yours is, and it's been there since before they could talk. So it'll come to you. You'll find your purpose. Don't worry about that. Or don't fret on that," is what she's gonna say. And she's very like fluid with her movements now that she's not a elderly woman. Her dress is like got long sleeve, like the long fucking wide bang sleeve. What, you know what I'm talking about? Bangle sleeves.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever she like moves her hand, it like drapes across the table, and it's made of this really beautiful green material. And very like pale skin, very very fair skin. And the elderly man has kind of like olive skin and very thick, almost like Greek looking beard, Greek statue looking beard. I mean, his body's not that far off either. When he unveils himself, now he's still wearing just underwear, but it's not like the underwear that he was wearing previously. It's more like a fucking loincloth. And he's just relaxed comfortably in his chair, as you all consume your hero's feast, and we'll say night falls.
I was gonna chit chat with.
Oh, okay. What are you gonna say?
Yeah. Since he seems to know as much, I'm gonna ask him what he knows about my sword.
Do you show it to him?
Yes.
Do you hand it to him?
No.
So you just kind of lift it off the belt and show it to him?
Kind of show it to him, see if maybe he knows anything about it.
He's gonna laugh a little bit and say, "To the sword, not to you. So you're stuck again?"
I'm gonna look at him extremely confused.
And he's gonna look up at you. I want to see this play out.
All this thing does is say hunger. All it has ever said in my head.
May I?
I'm gonna look at the old lady first. I'm gonna get her permission.
She doesn't pay you any mind.
Can I hand this to him?
He can't do anything with it. Might as well.
Okay.
So as soon as you hand it to him, and when his hand grips the sword expands to fit him, like it becomes larger. Because his hand is like, when it grips over the handle, it covers the handle, and then the handle expands to fit him. And the sword actually grows in length about a foot.
More confusion. Love it.
And he speaks directly to the sword, not to you. And he says, it wasn't that long ago when I fixed this for you before. And as much as I want to help you out again, she probably won't let me. Because she has this thing about everything's got to play out the way it plays out. We can't alter it. Tablets of fate, blah, blah, blah. She tells this story every time. I wish I could help you. but she's not gonna let me do it. If I try, she's gonna stop me. And I think that maybe this is a crucial time for you, and maybe you speak the fuck up and talk to him like a normal person. And then he's gonna look at it and go, okay. Well, if that's what you needed, I mean, did you tell him that? Why not? Like, seems like a very roundabout way to get where you're going. Why would you not just keep feeding the sword? Just keep doing what you're doing. Just do it more.
I do when the times can.
It's not enough, apparently. You'll figure it out. And he flips the sword back around and offers it to you again. And as soon as you reach out and grab it, the sword collapses down to your size again.
Okay. Can you tell me what it is? Maybe.
It's a sword.
Or why? Okay. I'll take this.
Why is it? Because he keeps making poor decisions.
Who is he?
You'll figure
That
it
should
out.
be our group name.
Poor decisions.
That's pretty good group name. That should be the parentheses next to our group's name.
Yeah, Hydroslayer.
And the motto is burnt towns and stolen crowns.
There you go.
I dig it. Okay.
As much as I would like to unveil the information to you, I think that you finding the information will mean more to you and bring your bond closer with him. That being said, have you heard of Candlekeep?
Yes.
Oh, well, everything you need to know is there. There's this wonderful...
Motherfucker.
There's this wonderful silver dragonborn. Great guy.
Well acquainted. Oddly enough,
you know
if you're
him.
talking about the same guy who runs the front gate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the head mage, head archmage of.
Me and him are well acquainted.
Oh, wonderful. Well, if you could take it to him and ask him, and he could bring you to the right books, and you could learn it on your own.
Okay. I appreciate the information.
I wish I could give you more.
I understand.
But I do think you're gonna like how this plays out.
Oh, time to go to Candlekeep.
You seem like the type. Do you have anything else you want to ask him?
No, that.
Do
that's
the
about it.
rest of you have anything else you want to ask the woman?
I'm gonna ask the guy. Why do you want to talk to me about the moon?
Well, I don't think it's the wrong way. You look
Because I'm a
like
fairy?
yeah.
Gotcha. I thought maybe you
Don't take this the wrong way, but
mistaken me for something different.
No, you look a little whimsical in nature, I would say, but you have this aura of darkness around you.
Yeah. I'm a cleric.
The question is, what are you gonna do with it?
You know, normal shit. Kill people, take their souls to my deity.
Which one is that?
Pause.
I'm not familiar with pause.
No, shut up.
I know what you said.
Ayo,
What?
Hellbore.
yeah, I say that.
There you go.
Kellenbor.
You really should consider someone new.
Yeah, well,
He's
no.
kind of a dick.
Aren't all gods?
I don't think all of them are. Some of them can be pretty cool guys.
Are you talking about yourself in the third person currently?
No.
You were kind of a dick about letting us into this house now, weren't you?
Well, it's a prison cell, and now you have to find your way out.
Yeah.
Does
I
anybody?
think
Yeah.
we'll be.
What was that, Ben?
I was gonna say, I think that she's gonna let us out. Probably.
She
quicker
might.
than-
She might not. There's a whole
Yeah, but-
thing you have to do. It's
Fucking trials or something.
no. Well, no.
You got mini games
Well-
to play, side
Yeah.
mission, side quest.
It's not really a quest.
We can't 100%. We can't platinum. We can't get a platinum trophy until we get these side missions out of the way.
Well, are you gonna let him out? And she says, "Well, I'll have to take them out the way I leave, but I suppose. Do you? I mean, you all got in. Do you know how to get out?
I was just.
Through the door?
Yeah.
Do you point at the door?
Yeah.
It's
What door?
Fuck.
The one that he
Whatever-
keeps unlocking.
Then he's just gonna start laughing in the corner.
Yep.
I have a feeling we're not able to unlock those locks
Oh god.
or move the door.
I'm impressed that you lifted the door knocker. Because I built that. I built this.
Hey, you let me just do it by just saying it.
Can
Yeah,
I-
you have
That
high
is a
enough.
good.
You have high enough strength. That's why.
Yeah, I have a -2 to strength.
What the fuck?
He's
I'm
very
a rogue.
very weak rogue.
Yeah.
How
he's
do you
very
even
weak
pick
rogue.
up your bow, my guy?
Listen,
Uh,
I use a sword.
He be throwing
Um,
daggers and shit, so it's all dexterous.
I also do have 20 dex now.
So you
He-
don't even lift your hand; you just throw them off your side.
Yeah,
Pretty
homie,
much.
I just imagine they
Um,
go when they go.
He just be.
Why I
He's
don't
just kind
have
of
the-
laughing in the corner.
That's why I have
Yeah.
1 dagger.
I kind of want to
Oh.
make him do push-ups.
Ben?
No, his character.
Oh, Vincent? It's. I
Um,
mean, he'd do like 4 probably. I'd make him roll a consistently harder DC every time he rolled. It would start at 10 and then just get gradually harder and see if you could continue.
Nah,
Doing
it starts
push-ups.
at like 17 or something.
No, it started 10. You know what? No, I would honestly push-ups. I would make him start at whatever his strength is. So if it's 7 or 8, whatever, it would start at
Yeah.
7 and then go
Each
up.
time I have to go.
You go up by 1 every time, and if you can't roll higher than you're 1 higher, then you can't get there.
One thing
That's
I can do
that's
better
when the
than my
drill
D&D
sergeant. That's when the
character.
drill sergeant's standing over you, going 1, 1, 1.
One.
Me grading the PT test to this 18.
Yeah.
I was a dick about it, dude.
1, 1. And then you finish, and he's like, "Yeah, 65," and you're like, "What?"
No.
This is not motivational, my man. You were doing the wrong thing. Anyway, he's just kind of laughing in the corner, and he stands up and goes and gives some seeds to his birds. Feeds them again.
We'll figure that out in a bit. Yeah.
He kind of mutters to his breast, "She gave you the feast for a reason."
All right. Gonna have to find a door.
Oh, she knows where the door is, but it's not the door you went through. And then
It's not going to be fun by the sounds of it.
it depends on what
I-
she shows you.
Listen, I have a habit of being knocked unconscious every time we encounter danger, so
That's fair. The sun is setting though. Didn't you guys want to look out
yes.
here at the woods or the
Yes.
mark? And he kind of waves you all over, and everybody gets up from the table, and the table shrinks back down into the little cart. And upon it sits a gilded, like a bowl covered in gems, and it fucking dissipates into some fairy dust. Could have been your cousin, you don't know. And you stand there overlooking the balcony, or sorry, on like the window that overlooks the balcony with all bird cages in front of you. And before you stands the marsh. Several hundred feet down and 40 miles long.
I want to ask the old lady if I fly out there and go to the bottom of this tower and go back up inside the tower, would the door be there?
The old man's gonna take a grape and flick it at the window. And it hits the window and just goes boom, and disintegrates into nothing. Big flash of bright white light.
That's a grape. What if I?
She's gonna
I'm
say, "You and a grape aren't that different."
I'm sentient, so.
Well,
Both
well,
kind of squishy though.
so are the You're right. That is the difference between the both of you.
I'm also, tall for what I am, so. Also got wings.
Sure.
I can also do this. I take some fairy dust stuff, I fucking do fairy dust.
The chair underneath you starts floating for whatever reason. No.
Toss a little bit the whatever his name is out of the two names that he has.
Omen? Or you mean Vincent?
Vincent. Yeah,
That's true. Which face are you right now? Are you eyeing Vincent?
Ian.
Okay. You gotta yell at me
Oh,
about it,
man.
damn it.
I said it in the intro.
That was like 2.5 hours ago. You expect me to remember that shit?
And like 5 minutes ago.
Wait, you
Oh.
said like Vincent Iron, whatever you want to call me. I toss
He's
you
gonna be
some
the reason.
fairy dust.
He throws some fairy dust at you. What happens when your fairy dust hits him?
I don't know. I want him to snort it. Get high.
Turns to maggots.
He comes out of his nose.
Do you want to snort the fairy dust? What do you want to do?
No, I don't think I do. I think
I
I've
make you
probably-
smell it because it's
probably
like a
been
puff.
around the world enough or seen enough to know that that's probably not what I want to do.
He seems fine when he does it.
He's also a fucking fairy.
I'm not fucking a fairy. I am a fairy.
What do you do? You just like
Uh,
cover your face or
oh.
something? What do you do?
Like avoid it.
Okay. Sure. You got evasion. You avoid it. Jumps out of the way. It lands on the ground and a rug starts to float. No, I'm kidding. The rug gets really high. Get it? That's literally what it does to you. It gets you high. Literally. It literally
Listen,
makes you float.
listen,
Literally
I
gets
sell-
you high.
I sell the product. I don't use the product.
Alright, listen. If that's what you gotta do, that's what you gotta do. You make your money how you gotta make your money.
You
Ain't
gotta
no judgment
test
against
the
that.
product to know.
I just now
You're
have
not
a
supposed to
really
get
good
high in your own supply.
supplier.
You know who said that?
Heisenberg.
What? After, yeah. You're not wrong, but it's not. It wasn't the question that I was looking for. No, you know who said that? Poor motherfucker who couldn't buy any.
It's fair. Also, Heisenberg. What a great name.
I mean, sure, but we make fun of Jesse Eisenberg for his name.
I know.
Yeah, it's a different name though.
Eisenberg and Heisenberg.
Pretty
Yep,
close, but
different-
like
different name.
It's literally an age.
Heisenberg, you're high. Yeah, come on, it's a pun. Pun in amongst itself. You want to know what's close
Oh,
to it? Hindenburg.
Any name with a berg at the end of it.
Pittsburgh.
I was just
Other
talking
than
about
that,
the Hindenburg specifically because it blew up, but it got really high before it did.
Yeah, I did.
Brandenburg.
Ah,
Goldberg.
Vandenberg.
I mean, it blew up.
I mean, Vandenberg's an Air Force base.
Mm-hmm.
They blow things up.
Fair enough.
Um,
They do be doing that.
so what we're saying is bergs usually end in fiery explosions. Is that what we're getting with?
Yes.
That's what I'm hearing.
Then how did we get icebergs, and why aren't
Well,
volcanoes
what
named
happened with
volcano
the last
bergs?
iceberg?
It hit a ship and then sunk. It didn't
Exactly.
blow up. It didn't blow up.
and then created a
But-
terrible
Ship did.
movie.
But how did we not? And actually, no, it didn't. It fucking sank. I mean, there were probably minor
Yeah.
fires on board, but the ship
It
didn't
ripped
explode.
in half, and yeah. it
Yeah,
ripped in
because the
half.
front sank and gravity fucking snapped it in half. It didn't explode.
There's electricity in the water. There was an explosion.
That's not an
Somewhere.
explosion.
There was an explosion somewhere. Come on. The
Inside
crappy,
a
shitty
fish.
electricity from like what 1920? Yeah,
12.
there's an explosion.
1912.
Yeah, it was there was an explosion somewhere. At least a steam explosion.
What the hell are you talking about?
The Titanic. But if that's the case, how did we not? Why aren't volcanoes called volcano bergs?
They should.
Because they explode.
Rockbergs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A berg slide.
fair.
Why isn't it called a berg slide?
Berg slide. Because obviously we have shitty naming sensibilities.
Why don't birds slide while we're at it?
Because they're drones.
Well, that seems arbitrary, but you're also standing in front of 7 birds, so what do you do?
They're drones. They're government spies.
They're literally spies. Okay, we know this.
Maybe.
This fact.
You don't know.
People are bad at naming things. Anteater.
Listen, we should be proud.
Okay,
of
but what does he
everything.
eat?
Yeah, but that's still a bad, stupid fucking name.
I mean, at the same
I mean,
time,
it's
what is
pretty
an
on point.
what does an aardvark eat? Ants.
I don't
Aardvark?
fucking know.
Ants. Ants.
The answer is ants.
Yeah, so I mean that's I mean I can call it an aardvark. I don't know.
It's 2
That's why they
completely
also-
different species.
Forgot what an
Aardvark
aardvark
2.0. I don't
Even
know what to tell
was
you.
for a moment.
You forgot what an
Uh,
aardvark was?
Yeah,
Land
for a moment
aardvark.
I'm like, what is an aardvark?
I don't even know what that. I heard of it.
First
I
word in the
forgot.
alphabet, and you fucking forgot what it is.
Yep. I'm like, yep. What even is aardvark? Actually,
Listen, I'm proud of us as a group because this is the first time in this entire session we've derailed.
yeah, that's fair. Actually,
We're due for
Oh.
about 10 more.
Why
in the
don't we
next
call
hour.
train explosions train bergs? Why isn't Ohio just called Ohioburg at this point?
Ohioburg. I mean,
Nah,
it's
just
shaped like one.
It's just Ohio, man. You just don't need to add anything.
Okay, then why are
worse to
volcanoes
it.
called Ohio? You see what I'm saying?
Aftermath
You
should
see
be Ohio's.
Why does
Nah.
Ohio exist?
It don't.
taxes.
Yeah, technically.
Have you ever been to Ohio?
A
'Cause
steel
it
a
doesn't
steel
exist.
mill. A
Yes.
steel mill keeps the whole state in.
You didn't
afloat.
actually go to
100%.
Ohio. You went to some other place
I've been through Ohio. Never
I
actually
could go
stopped.
Ohio.
because it
Ohio's
doesn't
the
exist.
Feywild.
It's the Matrix. It's not.
It's because it's the port out. So the question is, what do we do? What do you do? What do you do? What are you doing?
Well, if we don't have any tools to work on anything here, we're going to have to leave. But
Especially
first we
observing the
need
marsh.
to observe the marsh and its marshiness. Don't suppose you can just tell us why the giants are moving weirdly?
You don't know they're giants.
Oh, why the hills are moving weirdly?
Do they have eyes?
No, but they're silent. Yeah, you didn't think I was gonna pull that out of my ass, did you?
I
was a
did,
good one, actually.
I saw that one coming.
Don't make a wrong turn or you get the Jeepers Creepers. I can't think of any other movies. I can't think of any other movies. Help.
Coming from the
Um,
guy. I really
wrong
hate
turn.
puns. If you make a pun,
Those
fuck
aren't
you.
puns.
Oh,
Those are movies. That's kind of a
yeah,
pun.
Wrong turn, Jeepers
Listen,
Creepers.
homie, we haven't.
We are literally the house on the hill. So
That's
Yeah.
true.
Hey, I'd rather be the house on the hill than the cabin in the woods.
I was about to fucking say, yeah.
That was a great movie. Fuck you both.
We
Yeah,
are, however, a glass
Agreed.
house as well.
Well, it's not
So
glass.
that's okay.
Is there a glass ceiling?
No.
No, not here. It's the 1%ers.
Ah,
There's nowhere but down from here.
Yeah.
shut the fuck. Shut the fuck up.
Listen, just remember half of our campaign is about a notebook.
Yeah. God damn it.
And how to lose a
Everything,
guy
everywhere, all at
in
once.
because we've lost a lot of those.
You keep losing animals. That's for damn sure.
Is this some kind of pet cemetery?
Well, kind of pet cemetery if you think about it, but you don't have the bodies.
Yeah,
You
don't have the
buried
party.
one.
The rest just cease to exist.
You buried Hikaru and Arden.
Our cast is a lot like Zoolander.
At sea.
Yeah.
No,
went to the Twilight
they
Zone.
took
Oh, yeah,
him
no,
to
we actually did bury them,
Thimble's
that's right,
mom's
that's
house,
right.
and she buried him in the bramble patch. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot we did that.
Okay, so how are we leaving?
Well, that's
Well, we've still got things to
We
do.
still have
The-
things to do.
the lady. Okay, so you watch for how long?
Until we figure out what the fuck's
2
going on.
hours. Yeah, just kind of
Okay.
watch what we can watch. You're looking for the light we planted plus
Adam, roll
some
me a d20.
movement.
Perception check.
D20. Perception. Oh, perception check. Yeah.
Perception check.
Uh,
Sorry.
17.
With a 17, as you squint there for long enough, kind of try and focus your eyes in the darkness, and after a certain amount of time, you see a little pinprick of light in the distance. Looks like it's kind of jostling, and then it moves. It looks like it's jostling, and then it looks like it moves, then jostles a little bit. Somewhere out there, you pretty sure that that's your lamp. Somebody's lamp, whoever had the lamp. Did Adam
What about a
freeze?
lamp?
Oh shit! No, so you okay? No, he's moving. The lantern that you hung in the tree.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With your 17, you're pretty sure you see it. It's a ways out there, but you're pretty sure you see it.
Okay.
You don't. I mean, it's really hard. It's getting darker and darker, so it's hard to see the ground. And as the sun finally sets right about at your 2-hour mark, you can't distinguish ground from sky.
Okay.
As you stand at this window, it is a sea of blackness. Don't hear anything. Can't really see anything.
Well, got some information. Well, do that now. Suppose we try and find our way out. He's gonna look towards the woman.
Has anybody asked them if they know why? Been out here a long time.
It's a good question. We were sent here to, well, technically I wasn't sent here for none of this. They were sent here to look something up. The marsh is moving. I guess it's caught the eye of a local, well, the close power, and we were here to investigate. Any hints there? Anything non-cryptic you can give us? Because honestly, at this point, it's been a lot of cryptic nonsense across the board.
She excels at cryptic nonsense. I tell
Learning
you
that.
what. You beat me in an arm wrestle, and I'll give you some valuable information.
Like all of us versus you, or
No, the one with muscles. Augustus.
Gonna look at Pep.
Yeah, I got muscles. Look at these.
yeah.
My arms are drooping down.
Downwards. I mean, I'm not super strong, but sure, yeah.
Hey, I got a cheat code.
So,
Snort this.
do you need a minute to prepare?
Yeah,
got
yeah.
this, bud.
If you would, yep. And he's gonna double tap himself and cast enlarge on himself. Um,
I can only do that on myself.
you know, I can do it on me.
No, I know. I thought maybe you were saying Pep as in like
No, no.
make me enlarge.
No. Augustus is gonna tap him and tap himself and cast enlarge on himself. Now he's a little bit bigger and barely fits in the room.
You expand to the next size up, which makes you about 10 feet tall.
Yep. Like, okay. Let's do this.
As you get larger, and he kind of looks up to you. As he stands, he's probably 6 feet or so. He's gonna look at you and say, I mean, if that's what we're doing, he reaches up, he stands up, and he disconnects the belt that he's wearing, and throws it down, or throws it to the
Break
lady.
anything?
Yeah. Well, he throws it like towards the cart that she has, like she had the table on. When it hits the cart, you watch the metal go.
Yep.
Um,
Extremely weighted belt.
Doing Goku shit.
And
Does he have wristbands?
he has shackles.
Oh,
Well,
spirit
snap, I bet you
shackles.
He has shackles on his wrists and ankles.
Bet you those motherfuckers ain't light.
He's gonna say, so I suppose we do this. Any table work for you?
Any table. Let's
You're gonna need to kneel to come back down.
Yep. Nope. We're good.
And you kneel down at the table that's kind of in front of his chair. He drops down to a knee and he preps for you. You know, you kind of grip each other with the real strong grip. And as soon as you make contact with his hands, you realize that this is gonna hurt.
Yep.
So he reaches up and he disconnects the shackle, and when it falls off, it hits the table, and there's a huge carved cut left of the table. And his hand instantly becomes movable.
You got this, buddy.
Yep. Nope. Augustus's gauntlet's gonna like rev up slightly. Let's see what we can do.
And he's gonna say, "Give it all you got."
Can we like cheer him on to give him inspiration?
You don't have a bard anymore. You can. What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say? It's gotta be. It's gotta be something great. Because if you don't have a bard, you can't just give it to him.
Never mind. You got this, buddy. Probably I'm gonna cut it.
All right.
Fuck him in the ass with your dislocated hand.
You ready?
Yep.
Just an athletics check.
If you win, we get to leave.
I can do it at advantage. It's okay. Let's go. Nat 20. 25.
25. Okay, so as you guys grip each other's hands, you begin to push his a little bit to his side, and he steadies you about a third of the way. He stops the push about a third of the way over.
Yep.
Go ahead. Go again.
Yep. Let's go. 23.
Okay, with a 23, he sets you back to the middle.
Oh no!
I can only nat 20.
Oh no! You're not our strength character.
No, he tied with you. That's why I went back to the middle.
Okay.
Actually, no, he tied, so we'll say it stays the same. If he beats you, it'll push you back. Yeah, but you need to succeed 3 consecutive.
Got you.
And he needs to fail 3 consecutive, or you need to fail 3 consecutive. He needs to succeed 3 consecutive to push down, push up.
Copy.
What's your next one?
Next one is 22.
He wrenches your hand down a third on your side.
Oh.
And the look on his face is nothing. This isn't
Yeah.
stress for him. There's no vein bulging in his neck. It's simple.
Yep.
What's the next one?
Ooh, that was bad. 13.
With a 13, he pushes you down 2/3 of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, hit me with the next one.
Yep. Ooh, 20.
With a 20, you push him back up.
Oh shit.
You're at a third on your side.
Yep.
Go ahead again.
Nat 20, 25.
Okay, with a nat 20, you push it not just from a third your side, but to a third his side because I rolled a natural 1.
Ooh.
So I'll give you 2 for that push.
Okay.
Maybe his elbow slipped a little bit or something, but you got the
Yeah.
control in that scenario. Give me the next one.
He got a little too confident.
Yep. 17.
Okay. He pushes you back to the middle.
Yep.
Dude, we're gonna be here a
Um,
while.
So
yeah, for a fucking decade.
no, so hold on, we're not gonna do
Yeah.
this. So after this point, we'll say that your arm is pretty stressed from being wrenched back
Pretty
and forth.
stress. Yeah.
You've definitely got a vein bulging or two.
Mhm.
A blood vessel in the back of your eye popped. One eye's dyed red. There's a tooth falling out of socket.
They're all
one of my
scattered
newly
from
grown,
the-
yeah,
from
one of my
drinking.
newly grown teeth.
So we'll just say next roll is gonna win the push. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Ready?
Yep. Let's go. Oh, that was terrible. Yep, you won. 8.
23. Yeah. So
Yeah,
so
he won.
as your arm, your strength begins to wane, he takes the arm and just wrenches it down to the bottom, and it slams the table. And when it does, he takes 6 points of bludgeoning damage from the smack on the table.
Jesus Christ.
Ouch. 54 health now.
And as he's holding your hand, as he's got it down, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom, and I have advantage on that.
Mhm.
Roll. Let's go 16.
Okay. With a 16, you feel that it is a positive influence that he is trying to push into you.
Okay.
But you succeed against it, so we can't give you the positive influence, unfortunately. But you
Unfortunately.
feel that it wasn't
Harmful.
it wasn't harmful or vicious in any way. He was trying to give
Okay.
you something.
Okay.
And the woman is gonna look and say, "Okay, enough of your games. It's time for everyone to go. Have you gathered what you need to gather? Your information? What you can.
As much as we can, I guess.
You're familiar with the leader of Thay, I'm assuming, because of your garb.
Unfortunately, I know a bit too much, yes.
Zastam is a violent and vigilant
Raging asshole.
leader.
Yes.
Potato, raging asshole.
Yes. Yeah, he's a raging asshole. Yes, I had the unpleasantry of holding an entire fort against the army.
Several hundred years ago, he was a normal person. He found his way into some magic that he shouldn't have found. It became incredibly powerful. He preserved his life after death. And effectively, what you're watching is what happened a few hundred years. I don't remember how many, honestly. Everything blurs together after a certain amount of time. They're preparing for his onslaught. Because he will do anything he can to regain his power. Without his power, he's dying. And he refuses to die. But it's not our job to step in. I'm sorry, no, it's not his job to step in. It's your job to stop what was created. Not you specifically, you as in the planet, the people.
We've got a lot of shit going on, but yep, add that to the list.
Well, you asked what's happening, and he's not going to give it to you because he loves his little games.
Look,
Because
at
everybody
this
was-
point,
I'm gonna
I'd go another round for a damn adamantine hammer. But fucking,
What?
we need to go.
I don't have any adamantine ones. I do have a silvered one.
I mean, it'd work, but he's gonna pull out the Mistress Chainmail.
Uh,
The it works, but like I was trying to do things, and I can't take this apart with a silver hammer.
as soon as you unveil her armor in that room, the woman's temperament changes entirely. From like allowing you to be there to it's time to leave. And the man stands up and says, I haven't seen that in so long. Do you mind if I see it? And the woman says, do not give that to him. Put it away.
That sounds like a no for me. Plus, I have plans for this. I need the hammer.
And you hear clink as another one of the cuffs falls.
No, great.
Clink,
Oh shit!
I
clink,
start backing away as far away as I can.
as both
and
of the
hiding.
ankle shackles fall.
Yeah.
I'm going to
gonna
need it
hide.
back. She took that from me a long time ago, and I've been waiting on it.
And can we not?
I'm gonna need it back.
Look, I'm not opposed to it, but I had plans for it. See, what can we do here?
You can give it to me, or you won't leave.
Immortal beings and the power. Well, see, the whole thing with the moon and all of the other things,
Uh-huh.
I kind of need it. Well, I don't necessarily need it. I need stronger powers. And I've been locked up in a war for literally the last 8 months of my life.
Right. You
for nothing.
realize 8 months is a blink for me, right?
For you. Yes, look at me. I'm already older looking than you were before you turned into that. Look, so I don't have
I'm
the
gonna
time
need
for
it
this.
back. And if you have it, the sword that she was carrying.
Don't have that. Pretty sure it fell in a crack
And
somewhere.
he looks at all of you, says, do any of you have the swords?
I just met
Pretty
these people, man.
Yeah, pretty sure they fell in a crack.
A crack where?
So if you look straight out that way, the fortress I was holding for literally 8 months, underneath there's a big
Back
fiery
door.
hell pit. There.
You were in Thay for 8
I was
months
holding
at war
the fortress for 8
with
months.
Chisenta.
Yeah, no, I literally held them in the past by myself with a bunch of kids. It was not fun.
That sounds like an amazing story in and of itself.
Look,
Either way,
yes.
I'm gonna need my armor back. And he's gonna look at the woman and say, it looks like it's that time. And she's gonna look at him, and when you all look at her, you can see the fear in her eyes. The true, like, you just ate a meal that cures you of fear. And you can all see the terror in her eyes when she looks at him. And it dawns on every single one of you that he was allowing her to keep him here.
Yeah.
That he was here of his own accord and was enjoying the peace and quiet until you brought out the one thing that he's been looking for millennia.
Fucking start Ragnarok or some shit now.
Well, I mean, can't get any worse. At this point, there's mind flayers doing mind flayery things.
And he
A whole cult of them.
kind of, as soon as you say mind flayers, he's illithids.
Yeah, them things. A whole cult of them, actually. That's where we
Do they
fought
wear
them.
Do they wear a symbol on their chest that looks like an eye?
Hold on, I got something for you. He's gonna pull out the other armor that he got because he has the mind flayer's carapace.
Right.
He's gonna toss that on the floor. Yeah, that junk. Look at the shoulder, and that's the other thing I added to my collection.
And he's gonna look at her again and say, "It's definitely that time. I'm gonna need it." And he's going to give it to me.
Look, I'm not trying to hold it from you. I'm just saying
He's
we're
gonna
in the middle of it all.
extend his hands and say, "May I have it then?" And the woman is gonna say, the woman is gonna say, "All of you need to know something about what he just threw on the floor. That symbol is the sign of Intrapists, as in they worship somebody whose name has been long forgotten, and they're doing anything they can to bring him back. Now, given the flare of energy and the fact that the five of you, because yours is a little wonky, the five of you, well, no, hold on, 1, 2, 3. The three of you that actually cast magic.
Yeah.
That's given that the three of you can cast unabated. Means that you were there when she died. And the last thing she did was preserve the weave through the three of you. Meaning that anyone else casting magic is going to be wild. It's going to be uncontrolled. It's going to be violent. But yours will be precise, controlled, and deliberate. Everyone... I've been outside. It's been strange in the world since the loss of magic. Wouldn't you agree?
Putting it mildly, yes.
Do you think more people have died without magic than have died because of it?
I think certain people have been waiting for this time. Those fucking Chesentans. Yes. The moment.
Chesentans, sure. If I was a betting woman, I would say that there's very likely an Intrapist guiding the Chesentan leader, which I have the name of. I was gonna say, but I forgot it. It's written in my book. I don't want to flip through the pages, but I know the name. Damn it, it's a woman. I just don't remember her name.
It's fine. Yeah, more than likely. Well, they had, and he's gonna point to him. They had him making machines because, and he's gonna flare up his gauntlet again. Same sort of technology, kind of hard to miss whenever the man who taught you how to make it, and it's used against you for 8 months.
Omen's machines are very unique, and they always have been. He's a very peculiar mind, but he's always been substantially ahead of his time, and for that reason, for a long time, we had to keep him hidden.
Real bitch when it's used against you. Usually, I'm using it on other people. But yeah.
Right. Intrapists. If that's what it is, and if the right people were wearing what it is, he's right. Give him the armor.
Well, fucking at this point, you were the voice of reason. He's gonna toss the armor to
and
the guy.
as you kind of heft it to him, he grabs it by the shoulders and it immediately liquefies. And then kind of turns to mercury essentially, and just expands up his arm and becomes his armor.
That's fucking cool. I was gonna do something like that.
And as he puts it on, like, you hear all of his bones crack and snap, and you see blood begin to drip from beneath the armor, down his run down his legs. And he's gonna kind of wince as it's grinding into his bone. And he's gonna say, the greaves and the gauntlets. Do you have them?
I have everything that was on there. Yeah.
I need
Give me
them.
a second. I'm gonna start pulling it out and tossing them one by one.
And yeah, and as you do, as like the gauntlets almost are like magnetic. When you throw them into the air, they just lock onto his hands, and then they'll like build themselves up his arm and reconnect with the liquid above them. And then the boots, he just like steps into them, and then kind of flexes his back and his chest and cracks his neck, and then he's gonna look at her and say, "I need the hammer." And she's going to draw the tiniest little hammer you've ever seen, from a bag on her hip, and throw it to him. And from your angle, it looks incredibly tiny. In the time it takes to throw about 1.5 feet to him, no, I'm sorry, not a foot, probably 10 feet. She tosses this tiny hammer. It doesn't expand. He just reaches out, and it's full size.
This fucking Mjolnir on crack.
And he has a warhammer in his hands. all-
Strange ass Thor.
All about
This
perspective.
is
Perspective.
This is a room built by a god to contain a god. Probably some fucked up perspective in this room.
Okay, so it's a fucking genie lamp.
Sure.
Basically.
He's gonna walk back to where you walked in the door, and he's going to set the hammer against the door, like flat, the top flat part against it. And he's gonna take the back of it and smack it one time. And you hear the entire room around you, the boulders, the rock, the stone, shift, and dust falls from everywhere. And he's gonna take it and smack it again, and it's gonna shift again. And you can hear below you, it sounds like very, very far away. He smacks it again, and you can feel the room move, like rotate. And you watch as that inky black darkness that was you had the sky above you. You could see the sparkles of the stars in the sky, but the marsh below you was just flat and dark. Right, there was no distinctive like horizon line. As you move, as the building moves, you know you're moving not only because of the rotation, but the fact that you're now looking at trees. And he takes it and smacks it again, and it rotates one more time, and you hear, and he says, "I think I got it this time." And he rears back as heavy as he can. You see his hand, and he smacks the hell out of it, and you hear that on the outside, as the door knocker smacks the door again. The building beneath you begins to shatter and crumble. Not the building you're currently, not the room you're currently in, but the tower that it stands upon begins to shatter and crumble. And the building that you're in begins to fall. Stays flat, and you don't feel yourself falling, but you can hear the wind rushing by outside the window. And as it falls and falls and falls, it splashes in a large pool at the bottom. And the water you can see actually like rises up like 1 foot, 2 feet outside the window. It's just sitting at the edge of the window. And he takes the door, and he rears back with the hammer, and he smacks the door, and it doesn't open. And she's gonna say, "I suppose we have to go out the other way."
I mean,
and he's gonna say, "I just brought the fucking building down. Why would we not go out the other way first?" And she's like, "It changes every time. You know how difficult it is to find my way out every time?" And he's like, "This seems poor." He turns around and he walks over to the bird cages, and he begins to unhook each bird cage. Each one becomes unlatched, and the door swings open, and the little birds kind of flap their wings and swing on their little swings, and he whistles. And he whistles this pretty little tune, and all the birds whistle it right back to him. And he walks over to the wall again, and he preps the hammer against the wall. And he whistles a very high pitched, like shriek of a whistle, and each bird smacks the hammer and becomes part of it. And the next one smacks the hammer and becomes part of it. And they repeat all 7 of them until this hammer becomes a maul. And he takes the maul and rears it back and smacks it into the door one time, and the door explodes. And the room around you ceases to exist, and you all fall about a foot into water. That's probably good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a great place to end it, actually.
All right, it's a pretty good place, though.
For anybody who's here, appreciate you. We thank you for your time. And we hope you have a great rest of your night. And hopefully we'll see you again next Saturday. Same time, same place. See you then. If you're curious about old sessions, YouTube Likely Mimic. It's that easy.
All the Likely Mimic Twitch. The love
That
of
too.
God.
Yeah.
Do it. Do it. Don't question it. Just do it.
Do it now.
That being said, we're gonna raid Down to Die. Same people are rated for like the last 3 weeks. They're really funny. I enjoy watching them. The rest of us are probably gonna play some Tarkov and shoot some people. Anyways,
if we come across you in Tarkov, we're not sorry.
does anybody have
We're
any
not.
questions for me before I round it out? Nothing.
Man, I have a lot, but none of that can be answered.
That's
so
my
I
problem
will
right now.
hold them
I'm
to
in mass
myself.
confusion, but nothing can be answered.
Fair enough.
Like, I know some of the answers to my questions, but like at the same time, I'm like, damn. Fuck.
Okay.
Was not expecting.
You
Put
know,
it that way.
it'd be happening like that. I'd be surprising people. For anybody who's here, we appreciate you. Have a great rest of your night. We'll see you next Saturday.